Hello, what's up, guys? Welcome to the JAV show. This is Jorge,
And this is Viv.
and welcome back, guys. We've had a kind of a hiatus for us,
It's
so we
been a little
had
bit of a
almost
while.
like a month off, I think, kinda. Like we've done the solo podcast. If you guys listen to it, or if you guys haven't, those are the last two that we've recorded. And other than that, we didn't really record much in August. We just had a bunch of backlog and stuff we've recorded before
Yeah,
that we
because
posted.
this girl's been a little busy.
Yeah, Viv's been busy saving the wildfires in
In
Kelowna.
the world.
She booked a trip just to go to Kelowna to save the wildfire. How's that?
It didn't pan out. Everything ended up getting canceled.
Did you at least get your money back for most of it?
Not not the flight there. So like for the flight there, WestJet, I was supposed to call them. Like I got an email from them saying like, oh, if you want to request a refund, you can.
Mm-hmm.
So I requested one, but then they're like, okay, we've opened up your case essentially, but we need you to confirm that you want a refund by calling us. And I was like, what the fuck? And so every single time I have like a couple hours to spare, because like it's probably gonna take a while, I'll call them. And then I've been on hold for 2 hours at one point, and then I had to do something, so I had to hang up. And then another point, I was on hold for 3 hours, and I had to do something, and so I hung up. And then I tried again for another time, and then I could only like be on the phone for about like an hour and a half at that time. And then so I ended up hanging up. I'm like,
I bet everyone's calling.
yeah.
I actually thought about that because recently I've had issues with my phone plan, which is really dumb.
Your phone plan, your zero cost phone plan.
Yeah, because they fucked up and they charged me money. I was like, no, give me back my money, right? And then
It's supposed to be free.
yeah, I was like, hey, we had a deal. We had transcripts. I have all of that stuff saved, right? And then they charged me and they admit their mistake, but it took them forever. Like I think I've been on hold with Rogers for about 8 to 10 hours this last month.
Holy shit.
Just calling multiple times and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean WestJet, I don't know. I feel like isn't everyone trying to call them right now to try to get their flights back?
It's probably a lot of people that got their flights canceled, but like, like why the fuck do you need me to call to confirm? Just give me my money back.
Yeah. I mean,
if you have a request to refund button and you know that this case is like refundable, then just fucking do it. Why do you need me to voice command you to do it?
Yeah, I feel like there must be some blanket thing, right? They'll be like, okay, anyone trying to go to Kelowna from this day to this day got their flight canceled, so we'll return all their. Like, I feel like it's that simple, but I don't know.
I think it's probably like, oh, maybe some people aren't gonna call, so you won't have to give some money back.
I want them to earn every penny that we give back.
So yeah, I got my money back for everything except for the flight there.
Oh, man, it must be tough being a business there. Like, because you have to handle all these refunds, even though it's not really anything you can do about it.
I was really looking forward to it though, because I was gonna check off a bucket list item.
What was your bucket list item?
To go flyboarding.
Oh, that's the little thing where they shoot water out the bottom?
Yeah, shoot water out your feet, so you're kind of like Iron Man.
Oh, I see.
Do tricks and stuff. And then we found this place where we could rent a boat for 4 hours.
Yeah.
And then they give us a tutorial on how to use it with somebody on it with you, and then they let you use it by yourself.
Oh, I see.
Which I feel like we were looking at a few other companies, and a few other companies don't let you use it by yourself.
Oh, okay. They don't want you breaking it or something.
Yeah, but they said that as long as one person can get the hang of it, then we can let you guys rent the boat and you guys can drive out to the waters and use it yourself. And I was like, that's fucking sick.
Like,
I was so excited for that.
That's a new story waiting to happen. Asian females drowned at Kelowna. Something like that. I mean, I haven't been to Kelowna in a while. I think the last time I've been, I went ziplining and urban jungle. I think that's about it.
We were going to go ziplining too.
Yeah, that was fun. It's probably all burnt down now, though, unfortunately. But I do remember it's always been like disgusting there. As in, like the grass is always so yellow there because it's so dry all the time. Yeah.
The fuck! I heard it was really pretty. My friend would always send me pictures every once in a while, and Kelowna looked really nice.
When I was a kid, it was beautiful. But the last time I went, like you look to the hill. So like if you're on say Kelowna town side, like downtown Kelowna, you'll look across the lake and there's like giant hills and stuff. Because you're in a valley, right? So there's hills, there's hills on both sides, but it was all yellow. Like the hills were all yellow.
Oh, that
so it's like,
sucks.
oh, it looks kind of ass.
Pretend it's fall.
You know where's really beautiful in fall? Ottawa, if you get a chance. Ottawa or no, actually it has to be Ottawa. In that area, like you know how here we have a mix of coniferous and deciduous trees.
Birch trees.
Like no, well, what the fuck? No, okay, okay. Coniferous is the pine trees, and deciduous trees are all the leaf trees.
Yeah.
Right, so birch is included in that. Like we have a really good mix. Like
Mhm.
I think probably maybe even a little bit more on the coniferous side.
Mhm.
And then when fall happens, like half the trees turn like orange, red, and then the other half stays the pine trees,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
There, it's all deciduous tree.
Oh.
So like when you're up on the hill and you look down, it's like all orange,
Oh,
like
that's
all
so
orange, red
nice.
mix kind of thing, and it looks really nice.
Probably looks like one of those landscapes that you see
Yeah, actually,
Bob
wait,
Ross paint.
I actually can probably Google one for you. Gatineau autumn.
Oh, it's like a thing.
I don't know. I assume.
Oh, is Gatineau the place?
Like so, Ottawa
I
and
see a few
Gatineau.
deciduous trees in that mix.
I mean, maybe, but
Oh, this
it's
is
more
so
like
cool.
this. Like you see how it's all. Oh, okay, yeah. I guess there's some some coniferous, but it's way more of the leafy trees, right?
Mhm.
So then the color
Wow.
looks really nice.
This picture, and this picture of like the path with the trails or with the trees lining each side kind of reminds me of Terwilliger Dog Park.
Oh yeah. So okay, have you ever wondered how sometimes in fall it smells like shit outside? Do you think that's from the farms or do you think it's from the rotting of the leaves?
I think rotting of the leaves, but I have this thing where I swear I can turn on and off my olfactory senses. So, like, unless I purposely want to smell, then I don't really smell things. Unless it's like a really violent smell.
I think that's fake news, to be honest. I don't think it's real. Oh, this side. Okay, so if you look at Ottawa, like the Parliament, if you look at it from the other side of the river, it's like all of the deciduous trees. So in fall, this is all like orangey and stuff.
Wow.
It looks
so
pretty
pretty.
like picturesque from there.
It does look really pretty.
But yeah, anyways, so Kelowna, your canceled trip. What else happened in August for you? I feel like you had a pretty eventful August, no?
I feel like I did. At the beginning of August, I went to Veld. I went to Toronto.
Oh yes, yeah.
Or, okay, before that, just before August, the end of July, my best friend got engaged.
Oh,
Which was really exciting.
wait, do I
news.
know this one?
Carmen.
Oh, she got engaged?
Yeah.
Oh wow, congratulations.
Jordy proposed to Carmen.
Oh, nice.
But it was very, very cute and about time. And then the week afterwards, I went to Toronto for 4 days for a music festival, and that was a lot of fun. It was really exhausting. This is my first time going to a music festival that has lasted like 3 days. The other one that I've been to was Chasing Summer, which was only 2 days and significantly smaller.
Oh, I see.
Huge.
Was it fun?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun though. This was so much fun. A lot of people, a lot of fun.
Nice.
The weird thing is that they had a lot of food trucks there, and most of the food trucks were poutine trucks. Like, what the hell?
Because they assume it's international people coming, probably.
Probably.
And they probably assume that this is what we should sell them.
Like, if there were 10 food trucks, 8 of them were poutine trucks.
Oh.
And then apparently a lot of people are complaining that the only thing that you can eat there is poutine. Like, what the heck?
I mean, would it be the same if you went to like Germany for an event? They'd sell a bunch of like sausages.
Oh.
No, that's Ukraine.
Oh, wait, that's Ukraine.
It'd be like sausages and
Poland.
beers, right? Like bratwurst and shit
I
like
guess
that,
so.
right? So, I mean, I don't know, actually. I feel like we have a lot of curry food trucks in
Here?
Edmonton. Actually, I don't know. We have a good variety.
Taco, I feel. Tacos.
Really, I feel like taco food trucks are always so ass.
Have you been to Bendito?
I think this is the one you told me about. I've
Yeah,
never
was
seen it
so
before.
good, but they didn't come back to summer. I don't know why.
They're poor? Ben
I guess so.
Bendito. I was still sad that fried chicken place left the north side.
Fried chicken place.
We're probably killing our listeners right now. But what the fuck are you guys talking about? Okay, first of all, what's the one you called? Banditos? Banditos?
Yeah.
Edmonton?
Yeah.
Banditos Taco Kitchen permanently closed. I don't know. Street side taco. Oh no, they are. Book the truck menu. I've never seen them though.
They are so good. Let me see where they are. Oh, wait. They didn't come back this summer for some reason. They were so good.
I feel like tacos in tacos in Canada is the biggest scam ever. They think
it's
they
so
have something so
expensive, right?
yeah, they have something so special and fancy. Like, oh my god, look at this Taco fucking Bell, guys. But then when we go to the States, it's like I feel like it's more in line with what Hollywood told us taco should be. It's like a nice street, cheap eat, but like hella delicious.
Yeah.
And you might shit yourself after, but it just depends on the day and who you get it from, kind of
Have
thing.
you shat yourself after eating street tacos?
No,
I mean, I've never actually gone to street tacos, but when I went to Cancun, I ate a lot of tacos, and those are really freaking good. And so
I mean
freaking cheap.
that one taco place we went to when we went to LA was really good, and that
Oh,
was
yeah.
so cheap. That was like
Right.
ridiculously cheap, and it was like it was what you expect. You serve yourself, you get your own sauces, you do all your shit, and we
Mhm.
lower the price for you. Like we're not here to serve you and shit. Like this ain't PF Chang's or anything like that. You just get your own food and you just eat,
It
right?
actually felt like a fever dream because I remember when we got there, we all took not you, but like me and our other friends took an edible, and we also blazed in the car because we're like, this taco meal is about to really hit.
Oh yeah.
And when we sat down, I was like, holy shit, I'm high as fuck. And then I remember the table being so full of tacos. Like, we literally had like tacos covering the entire
It
table.
literally was.
And then like 5 minutes later, it was all empty.
no, it didn't get empty. I swear to God, we had so much food left. So I
I
think
kept eating and I couldn't talk. It was so good.
so to give you guys a reference point, if you imagine a restaurant with like a bench table where you can seat 6 people, so like 3
Yeah.
on each side, that entire table was filled with food. It was like I think we ordered like I want to say like $100 some dollars
Yeah.
worth,
Yeah.
but split 6 ways. I think it ended up only being like $20 each, or like even less maybe,
It
or
was
like
really cheap. That's
yeah,
what I
it
remember.
was dirt cheap. It was I think it could have even been like $15-ish each, or
Yeah.
around the $15-$20
It was
each.
like shockingly cheap. That's all
Yeah.
I remember.
And we had so much tacos, so many different tacos. Like we had ones where it was like almost like a quesadilla where like they
Right.
had grilled cheese on it or something like that.
Yeah, it was like a cheese shell.
Yeah, and then there's like some burrito ones too, I think. Yeah, it was dude, that was a heavy ass meal though.
I remember we kept getting sauces, more and more sauces.
Dude, yeah, the sauce situation was chaotic there. It was very chaotic,
Like,
but
yeah,
it was
you getting
good.
sauces, I'm getting sauces.
Yeah, we literally we got up every like 3 minutes getting sauces for like a good like 15 minutes. Like
Yeah.
5 times we would go up and get sauces.
And eventually we decided to just grab a fuck ton and not go back.
But I feel like what Hollywood has provided me, like that's what I expect from tacos. You know what I mean? Like a nice, cheap, fun meal with your friends. But I feel like when you get tacos in like Canada, it's
It's a
like
meal.
it's like $15 for like 3 tacos or something like that. That's
yeah.
like barely filling. I'm like, oh man, I don't know about this.
I mean, speaking of that though, you should go try Marlowe.
What is this?
It's
Marvel?
a new taco restaurant on White Ave that's pretty good.
I don't know.
And
man.
I would say, okay, they're not cheap to the same standards of Mexico cheap, but they're relatively more inexpensive than like other taco restaurants.
Remember that place we went to? What's the? Let me see.
That's Cornell's.
No. That I actually think Tres Canales is pretty reasonable. Like their portion size compared to their price is actually pretty decent. The other one where me, you, and Joyce went. No, it's not El Car. It's it was on Luna.
Oh right,
Luna Mexican bait
the one
restaurant.
that we tried.
Dude, it was expensive though.
Yeah, that one was expensive. We tried
We had a lot of the
their dessert or something, right?
oh the
Remember?
Tres Carn no fuck I don't know
Tres
Tres
Leches.
Leche yeah. The food was good, but it was just like
Yeah, it was
bruh, it
a
was
lot more expensive. It's
expensive.
probably one of the most expensive Mexican or taco places I've ever been to in Edmonton.
yeah. That's what makes me sad about it. I just feel
The
like guys,
inside was cute.
yeah, it was. It just feels like they're not doing the Mexican food justice.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there's not a lot of cheap places in Edmonton for Mexican food. So like if you go get Chinese food, you could get cheap ones and you could get expensive ones. There's both options.
What's the most expensive Chinese one that you can get?
It's probably like something like is there like Blue Willow? Is that a Chinese restaurant? Blue Willow. Enjoy fine Asian dining. Right, so this is like a bit more on the expensive side, I think. Just want to see their
They're
prices.
closed for lunch until further notice. Doesn't sound like you're doing very well.
Yeah, I don't think they're doing great. But this one would be like $20-ish per entree, right? Which is actually isn't too high. And then you can go to like Tahe where it's like $15-ish
Yeah.
dollars. You go Good Buddy. And then if you really want to cheap it out, like you go to fucking
Good buddy. Or not Good Buddy.
Panda Express or
Express.
stuff like that. And it's still like I get it. It's Americanized Chinese food, but it's still like decent. It's still
Mhm.
you
There's
still
not
have
like really fancy Chinese food here, right?
no
That's
nothing.
like authentic.
I mean that dim sum place you guys went to before that I said was probably a scam.
Oh right, the one that does like gold shit on everything.
Yeah, the one on 109.
Yeah.
I assume that one's like really pricey, right?
Probably yeah.
But I feel like there's that range. But here it's like you either get fucking Taco Bell or Taco Time, or you get like $20 just for an average meal, kind of thing. At best.
How about like a $7 taco that's like around this big?
I don't know. Like I just feel like
is that almost reasonable to you?
Okay,
Because I feel like Marlowe's prices are kind of cheap
this is
for Edmonton.
okay. This is what's kind of reasonable to me. Remember when we went to the LA farmers market in downtown?
Yes.
And we just got a taco from the guy who's just cutting it on the spot, and it was like
Yeah.
$4 or $5,
Yeah.
and it was like a hand
And
size.
he like gave us like so much good meat.
Yeah, it was like a thin piece of taco, or like it was two taco shells, and they filled it with meat.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's pretty reasonable.
Wait, was this this was
This
the
is
one
one
where
you
he
got
like
what
gave it for
really
free, and then I was like, oh my god, guys, I gave it free, and then he gave everyone it for free, and then we like bought some after.
No, you guys were really fucking high that day. And then I think we kind of split up because me and Joyce got some other stuff, and you and because like you guys weren't coordinated. I was like, I don't even know how to talk to them right now. Like, they're just fucking walking around randomly. I was like, I'm just gonna buy my own food.
We thought we were so fucking lost at one point when like we just needed to turn a corner.
Dude, I like half the time I
hilarious.
was like, I see you guys, and then like every time you come back and talk to me, it's like you guys went on an adventure or some shit. I was like, no, like I saw where you guys went. Like, you guys just took 5 steps. I don't know what the fuck you guys are doing. But yeah, like that's what I kind of expect when I say like Mexican, cheap Mexican food. You know what I mean? I mean, even saying, I feel like it's kind of weird to say cheap Mexican food, right? It's like
Right.
Mexican food is already, you kind of already assume that it's not going to be super expensive.
Yeah. I
Right.
don't even know.
It's like Chinese food too, right? You don't expect Chinese food to be crazy expensive. Most of the time,
Yeah.
it's very, very, very reasonable, right?
What was that restaurant that we went to that was it's the restaurant that a lot of people go to in LA that's really fancy. We had reservations for there. and it
Oh,
was expensive.
Nobu.
Oh yes, Nobu.
Nobu.
It was Nobu is Asian, but
Yeah,
not Chinese, right?
it's Japanese. It's Japanese.
Make Japanese expensive.
Yeah, it was a cool experience. I don't think I would eat there again.
I think I would only if I lived in LA, I would go there for like anniversary type of dinners or like celebration type
Like
of dinners.
Like a very special one, I
Yeah.
think. I don't know. It's
they like wipe your ass for you guys.
yeah. Like as soon as you leave your table, they like fold your napkin.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Wild like that.
I just feel like I'm not cut out to that. I think I've only been to a couple fancy restaurants in my life with Joyce, and I just felt like the food was okay. It was like the experience you're kind of going there for,
Yeah.
right? So then I thought it was just whatever.
How about for an Edmonton? Have you ever been to a fancy restaurant in Edmonton that you thought was kind of worth it?
Oh, worth it? No, never. I don't think so. I think I'm very okay. I think everyone knows I'm like cheap. I'm very cheap, so I don't think those things are worth it. I think my like the good feeling in my tongue is worth more than the ambiance and whatever. I think the one place I've been to, I'm trying to find it right now. It is something grill. The
A
very
wildflower
special
grill?
I don't know. It could be closed down by now too because of COVID and all.
Did you go like a long time ago? I think it's
No.
Wildflower.
No, that doesn't sound familiar.
Before.
I forgot what it's called. It's pretty close to the Hotel McDonald. It's something grill. Yeah, I can't really find it now. I think they must have I went there during dining week, and you know dining week it's like cheaper.
Mhm.
It's like $50 for a set menu instead of their usual like $100 some dollars.
Mhm.
I thought the food was like subpar. It was like average at best.
Oh.
I'm not sure if it was because of dining week, but they're also closed down now, so I assume
Mhm.
they're shit. I don't know. Maybe I just had a bad experience, but I think that's the only nice place I've been to. Like I've been to the Fairmont for like functions and stuff, but that's
Yeah.
different. That's not like you sit down with your
Fancy.
yeah. I don't know. I think that's the most fancy place I've been to. I want to say it's okay. Let me find it, but you tell me what your fanciest place you've been.
Trying to think of. Okay, I've been to. I feel like I've been to a lot of the fancy places in town.
You would. You would.
I just want to try it at least once, you know. And I'd say there was probably three of them that kind of stood out more. So there's the Mark. That one is somewhere downtown.
The Mark with a C?
Yes.
How did I
Mark
guess?
with
I
a
guessed
C.
instantly it was a C. I even typed it in with a C.
It was pretty good because they
Let me see their lunch. Their lunch
had
isn't
a
bad.
really unique menu when I went, and I got to try a few things that I haven't tried before.
Yeah.
Like I know this is like unethical, guys, but I tried foie gras.
Foie gras. Oh, I love foie
Foie
gras.
gras.
It's so
Yeah,
good.
it was actually so fucking good.
I don't even care about the ethics part of it. I'm sorry. It's just so good.
Yeah, it was overall it was just really good. And then I felt like our waiter was really nice, and then I just had a really good time there.
It sounds weird, but I always feel out of place when I'm in a really fancy restaurant. Like imposter syndrome while I'm there, because like I don't fucking belong here.
I feel that too, but sometimes I think about it and I'm like, if you walk out of this restaurant, you're gonna look like a random person just like me.
I mean, I don't know.
And then I would say the other one that was the other fancy place that I really, really like, I would say this is probably one of my most favorite fancy places, would be Le Petit Isa.
Le Petite Isa. Wow.
This one was
Got
This
it.
one's really good.
Oh wow, it's so fancy actually. I mean, it looks like it. They actually work on their website. Most fucking places don't have a good website.
Yeah, and they have a really, really nice view.
Jesus.
too,
Oh, this is just the wine. Okay. I thought this was food. This top part. I was like,
Yeah, that would be
$140 a
insane
dish. I was like,
for an entree.
God damn. Entrees. Actually, they're. Wait, does entree mean entrees or just
That's appetizers.
this means appetizer? Yeah, it must be right. Olives and shit. Yeah. What? Wait, what is entrees?
It's in French.
Plats. Plats is entree. Okay. Yeah, looks like what I assumed it'd be.
Yeah, but it's actually really, really good there.
Yeah.
And I've gone there a few times actually. Good. And then the other one would be sushi place.
Nobu Edmonton.
Oh, Munga.
What spell it?
Moonga.
Munga Sashimi in Heritage Square. Wow. Well, they only have 10 seats.
Yeah.
Damn. So it's like omakase?
You can have omakase or you can just order a la carte.
A la carte.
There was one place that I wanted to go to.
Damn. So, taste-wise, is it any better than other places, or is it really just the experience that I have
think
to try
the
to?
sushi is actually really good.
No, but like all of the places you've talked about, what do you think? Do you think they're better in their food and the ambiance?
I would say like the Mark is more for like unique dishes that you want to try, but I've only ever been there twice because
Yeah.
my first time was really good and I went a second time and it was good, but then I feel like they're kind of like fancy, expensive, not really something I would want to go on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So I've only gone twice. Le Petit Isa, I like their menu. I think that their food is actually really good and they serve you really well. The view is really, really nice. And then if you want to just go for a really nice dinner, even if you don't need like an occasion to do so, like you don't have anything to celebrate, I would go back to Le Petit Isa. Like I've gone there.
You sound rich. You sound rich right now.
I've gone there, I would say like 5-ish times.
Yeah, you definitely sound
And then
rich.
for Munga, I've gone 3 times. And their sushi is pretty good. But then like if I want just sushi in general, I'd probably go somewhere else because Munga's pretty expensive.
You sound like you treat yourself quite a bit.
I don't.
You know? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think it's just my like poor mentality. I just don't feel like I don't fit in when I'm there and shit. Plus, I feel like I don't like. I don't know. I feel like I don't enjoy food like they do.
It's just that I have like for the Mark, the first time I went to the Mark, it was for Carmen's birthday. So that was the occasion. And then we went back the year after that for like to see if we could make the Mark our traditional place. But then yeah, we're like, all right, let's just do somewhere else. It's kind of expensive this time.
Let's become poor. I've always wondered. Yeah, no, that's cool. I was gonna say the only fancy place I've been to. I mean, all of yours sounds pretty cool. I think I'll go with Joyce maybe one time for the one time.
I would say like another one that's kind of fancy too. It's Sin. Sin's pretty good, but they have like a really unique menu.
Sin?
TZIN.
Oh, one of these fuckers. Wine and tapas? Is that the one?
Yes.
I have to learn more about Spanish food, to be honest, since I'm going to Spain. It's one of those things where I know nothing about. It's like my trip to Korea.
It's like a fancier-ish restaurant, but I would say the experience is pretty good. I've gone there like twice.
This is like traditional Spanish food then?
Kind of made like fancier. If you go to Spain, everything's a lot more cheaper.
So wait,
like
you've been to Spain, right?
Yes.
So what's the shit I should try there?
You should try their octopus. So on every single menu, you'll see octopus as one of the tapas menu.
Okay.
Tapas thing.
Okay.
I feel like octopus is really good. There's also paella.
Yeah.
Paella, like fucking everywhere.
That's the most common one. Right?
And then I think that you should try it in a restaurant and try it on the street because I feel like they serve it differently.
I see. Okay.
And then when you go to restaurants, usually it's very commonplace to just order a whole bunch of little things, and they'll come in really tiny dishes, like literally like this small, kind of like a little bit bigger than a dipping bowl. And then you just order a bunch of them, and then they're all actually really good. So the thing that stood out to me was the octopus, and then there was like a seafood, like a ceviche thing that was really good that I found like on all the menus too.
Okay, for my Spanish friends out there, tell me what's up because I booked a trip and I don't know anything about.
And then also they obviously have like wine and like wine menus and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like you can order a whole bunch of like small
like tasters
of wine, and it's kind of like the thing to like drink this wine with this thing and just pick at it.
I see.
It looks like you have a whole bunch of like banchan's like side dishes like in Korea.
Yeah,
Korean restaurants, but they're actually like what you would focus on and eat.
Oh, and you said like it's pretty cheap there, like food wise.
Yeah.
Oh damn. Okay, I'm pretty excited for that.
Where are you going in Spain?
Barcelona.
Barcelona is so freaking nice. I would move to Barcelona.
I mean, yeah, just
one of those places where when I went there, I was like, I feel like my heart is at ease here. I could move here one day for sure.
Yeah, I might have a language issue. I'll try my best.
So.
I'll butcher it probably. Or they speak a lot of English there.
I found out a lot of people spoke English there.
Oh, okay. I won't even try. Actually, most of the time I don't try.
And their cafes are really nice too.
Oh fuck you! I don't like that shit.
Okay, but like you know how they have I forgot what the beach. It was a long time that I've been there. They have a really nice beach there that like they have a really nice long ass beach there, and there's a muscle beach there. So there's like a gym that you can work out on there, and then there's this little square of concrete that kind of juts into the ocean that you can sit around and you could just lay there. A lot of people, like some people were doing yoga there. And then I saw some girl like practicing some like ballet dance there, and she was like recording her dance. You can see all the waves crash against it, and it's so freaking peaceful to just lay there for a bit.
I hope it's not too touristy when I go there. It shouldn't be. It's during the winter.
Mm-hmm.
But I heard it's mostly Catholic there. Pretty much, I'm going there around Christmas, and apparently it's gonna be really nice because it's mostly like they decorate the whole city type of thing. So that'll be fun.
I'd say Barcelona is probably one of the nicest places I've been when I went to Europe.
Damn. Okay, I'm pretty excited.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty excited. I'm ready for the Europe tour of my life now. So
excited for you.
Okay, so for me, the only fancy place I've been to is here, Madison's Grill. I don't know if you've seen this.
Oh no, I've never heard of it.
I think it's average. And then Continental Express. No, not
Express. I feel like Express shouldn't be on it.
Let me see, guys. Let me see. Continental something. It's on White Ave. Those are the only fancy restaurants in Edmonton I've been to. And I just feel like, I don't know. Like, I think it's just my own mentality. But, Continental Treat. Fine Bistro, whatever. Again, I think this was a dining week thing or something.
Oh, is this on White Ave?
Yeah, it was on White Ave.
Oh, dude, I always walk by there. It looks so, like, fancy.
It was so confusing, man. I had so many utensils on my table. I was like, bro, I don't know.
Oh, you weren't outside in.
I'm just gonna... I feel like I just feel like such an imposter when I'm at these places. I'm just like, fuck it, man.
I used to feel that way too.
Just give me my chopsticks and we can move on. Is how I feel when I go there.
I think after I've told myself that, like, dude, walk out of here. Once you walk out of a restaurant, how much more fancy are you than me, huh?
I don't know.
This is your job. I'm a customer.
It's something. Maybe it's my ego too. I feel like there's some pride about like, you know, being resourceful and not wasteful kind of thing. Yeah, and like not going to the fancy places and stuff like that. But I get it. It is an experience.
Mm-hmm.
I will be honest. If Joyce had more money, we'd probably go to these places a bit more.
Yeah.
A bit more, but not much more, I think. I think she's like similar to me, but I know she likes to try new things a lot.
Yeah. I would say the reason why I tried a lot of these places is mostly for like little celebrations of friends, or like I haven't seen a friend in so long, or someone's in town. So
yeah, I mean, I'm actually trying to actively think about that now too, like celebrate the smaller things now, because usually I don't celebrate shit.
Yeah,
usually ever, which I feel like maybe I should start trying a bit more for that stuff.
I was gonna bring you bubble tea today for your PNs, but then I was like, oh, he doesn't order bubble tea, so
please don't.
So
ever since you told me what they put in bubble tea, I just can't have bubble tea anymore. It just makes me feel like dog shit mentally now when I try bubble tea.
Sorry. If you want to eat something good and you're going outside, what's something that makes you happy cost wise and health wise and like belly wise?
Okay, that's a very good question. So cost wise. Okay, cost wise, you can't beat this. It's like Costco or some shit like that.
Okay, yeah.
But to me, that's not like really going out.
Really?
That's like
I would have said IKEA if you wanted to go.
No. Like that hot dog, you can't beat that. $1.50? Can't beat that. You literally can't beat that because they're literally losing money when they sell that.
That's true. Right. Go in and grab the chicken.
And then, but that is that like a cheating kind of answer? I mean, it's almost any fast food for me, cost wise would be.
I guess so. Yeah.
Would be pretty value. To fill myself up, I can think of 3 things right now. One is pho.
Oh,
I think pho is a very solid filling.
I think so.
And like price wise, it's not like crazy expensive and stuff like that. I think Korean food, but if you just get soup. Like if you get soup and rice, I think that's really filling and it's very I don't know, like it doesn't feel bad. Like it doesn't feel like fast food, if that makes sense.
That's true.
Like it feels like, oh, these are all whole foods that are cut up and put into a soup.
Yes.
Right? So there's nothing extra added. They didn't make this patty from like some okja pig or anything like that, right? It was just all real food here, right?
Yes.
So those are the 2. And then sometimes just grabbing a donair is really good. That's super filling. I know you don't like donairs, but for me, I think just grabbing a donair, it's like a craving I have every once. Like pretty much in a month, I think I get donair once and pho once. I think those are like the minimum.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I had pho actually. Like I always think pho is really like a staple, but whenever I'm at a pho restaurant, I'm like, a lot of carbs.
Yeah, no, I agree on that. But for me, that's pretty good. And then I don't know, like it's not too filling because for me, I could actually eat like 2 bowls probably, but I don't.
Have you been to Miss Saigon?
I'm not trying their challenge, okay? I'm not fucking doing it.
Do you think you'd be able to?
Do you have to drink the soup?
Yes.
No, I don't think so.
Really?
I think with the soup, I don't think I can do it.
Oh my god! Actually, I was gonna make a bet with somebody that you could do.
No, I don't think I can.
Oh, I'm shocked.
I mean, I don't want to fucking. I don't want to feel bad having to pay for the challenge and not being able to finish and all that stuff. So I don't know. I don't think I'd even try. I tried dumb challenges with you guys if you want. Like I'm pretty sure I can eat a donut faster than you. 100%.
Did you see me and Rstar?
You told me about it, and I was like, I'm 100% sure I can beat you guys at this.
Donut too.
Huh?
That was a really stale donut,
dude. I could eat a donut without like even tasting it.
Really? Like literally, just like swallow the whole fucking thing. Like you're
like it would take me 2 bites for a Tim Hortons honey dip.
Okay,
yes.
okay. I swear it would have taken me like 10 seconds or some shit. But the donut that I got was stale as fuck. So it took like a minute.
Okay,
and 40.
okay. What's your strategy if you were actually to do the challenge? Would you just like bite, chew?
Like essentially bite it as it's going in your mouth, so that you like kind of disintegrate it enough so you can just swallow it fast enough. You know what I mean?
I think my
Like-
mouth is like big enough, and okay, so I'm not sure if people know about this, but for sure my dentist know. When I open my mouth, my jaw dislocates a little.
Crazy.
So there's like a clicking sound on the back when I open mouth, right?
Be great at the corner.
But yeah, so I think I could like one shot it too. Like if I squished it and put it in my
No
mouth.
squishing.
Well, why is squishing not allowed? It's just eating it still.
No squishing. Squishing was not a part of the contest.
But the thing is, you have to have an empty mouth, right? Not a
Empty mouth. But then we also set the rule that you can't squish the donut.
why? Wait, why is that a rule?
It's a rule, all right? Okay, with this rule in place, do you think...
Okay, no.
'cause
Okay,
I feel like squishing it takes away some of the difficulty of it, you know?
I mean, it just gets denser. But okay, so could I
Let
put
me
it in my
show you.
mouth and keep pushing it? Like
Yeah.
not squish it before, but if I just like
Yeah.
if say I put it to the back of my throat and I just pushed it all in,
Yeah.
and then it gets squished between my hand and like my throat.
Yeah.
Oh, then yeah, for sure.
Deep throat this shit.
No, for sure. I think I could do it in 1 or 2 bites.
All right, next podcast, I'm bringing us donuts.
Okay, whatever. I mean, I've crushed like Krispy Kreme like dozen before.
I feel like it's relatively easy when they're really fresh. I don't know. I don't want to talk too big just in case.
All right. Anyways, what was I gonna say again?
What's a restaurant? Okay, you named your 3. What's a restaurant that like, okay, overall,
Yeah.
this is a solid go-to for like bang for your buck, filling, and like decently healthy or whatever.
Restaurant. I mean, it has to go back
Or
to
fast food, anywhere like eating out, essentially.
Oh fuck! I can't think of any on the spot. Wait, can you think of one on the spot right now?
Mine would be a wrap from Tim Hortons.
How's that feeling?
It is. It actually is. Okay, if you go to Tim Hortons, guys, let me put you on some shit. Go to Tim Hortons and you ask for a classic chicken wrap and you add 2 extra pieces of grilled chicken to it. And it's like less than $10, but it's literally so filling and you get like a decent amount of protein.
I don't know, man.
And there's not a lot of random shit. Oh, you also ask for half the sauce. So then you don't get a lot of random shit. You have your tomatoes in there. That's veggies. You have like lettuce in there. And then you have fucking protein and a little bit of carbs from all the other shit.
I'm guessing I'm guessing a burger is not considered healthy.
Can be, I guess.
No, I don't think so. I don't know. I also think my standard of like food is different. Like I can eat for 2 people, kind of thing.
Yeah. No.
So when people tell me these things, they're like, "Oh, we're gonna get so full from this." I was like, I don't know.
Okay, you won't get so full, but it'll satiate you
I see.
for a meal.
I see. Fuck, I don't know actually. Nothing in this world has satisfied me so far.
That's so sad.
Like the price of donaires going up. Like everything is just.
Oh my god, I tried Popeye's chicken nuggets for the first time. No, 2 days ago. They're so fucking good. I don't think they should be considered chicken nuggets. They're literally like mini, like fried chickens.
Okay, here's the sad part. So if I want to save money and I have to go buy. I have to go buy food and shit. First, the rule is I'd always try to eat something at home. Like I eat a banana, yogurt, like glass of milk, all that shit, just to like pre-fill myself up.
Yeah.
And then I can go and eat like a normal person after.
Jesus Christ.
I know, right? And then if I were to go out and we were gonna say like, hey, let's go get a cheap meal, Alvin. Fuck, it has to go back to Costco, no? Like I guess it's not healthy though. The hot dog is not healthy.
Well, if it's healthy enough for you, like something that's like perfect balance for all of them for you. You're like, this is always a solid go-to for like price, filling.
Okay, so
makes you feel good.
I don't know if it's still true, but say like 3 or 4 years ago, so like pre-COVID, when you went to TNT and you got like a fan hub, like a pick 3 item rice box, like it'd be pretty, like they stack that shit, and it's like one of the big styrofoam boxes, right? Like, you know what I mean, like the double, not the.
I've done this twice, but from my memory, you put it in yourself, right?
Back then they did it for you.
Oh, okay.
And you just pick items, and they didn't give a fuck. They just fill it all the way up. It's like a mountain.
Ho-hos fill all the way up type of shit.
Yeah, but like with a double box. You ever get the Ying Yong Fan, the Ying Yang fried rice from Ho-Ho's?
Yeah.
Like it's the big box, not the small one.
And they like fill that shit up, like literally, like
yeah. So at TNT back then, that would be like around $10. I think it was like maybe a little bit over or maybe a little bit under. I actually don't remember. But this was a while ago. And that would for sure fill me up. Like when I eat that, I don't have to eat for the rest of the day.
Well, okay, yeah.
Yeah, because it comes with rice, like a lot of rice.
Yeah.
And then the 3 whatever you pick, and then like a little bowl of soup too. And when I ate that I thought that was the best bang for your buck. And you could pick healthy stuff. Like you don't have to go for the shit that I always go for.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could go for like more vegetables and more protein and stuff, and like no deep fried stuff and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought like, okay, yeah, if I wanted to pretend to be healthy and had to like get really full, I would probably go there.
That would be pretty good.
That was my go-to back then, I think. But then now it's completely different. So I don't know. I don't even attempt it. Like every time I go to TNT, I was like, oh yeah, I won't spend too much. I always spend way too much. Because you see something and they fucking put the on sale sticker and you're like, God damn it.
Oh damn, I guess I have to get it now.
Yeah, I guess I have to try it. So I don't know. Usually I avoid it. But I am very like laser focused when I go grocery shopping though.
Really?
Like I'll get exactly what I need. Or if something's on sale, I'll get it, but I'll use all of it. Like you know how something's on sale.
Talk to you, and
like,
be like, ooh, that looks good.
Well, okay, so like what my mom does is when she sees something that's on sale, she'll buy it and then it'll go bad because she won't use it all.
Yeah.
But when I buy like if I see broccoli on sale, like I'll buy a fuck ton of broccoli and I'll eat broccoli every day until there's no more broccoli.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like complete value. I was like, I'm not letting a single piece of this rot. I'm gonna use every bit of this, right? So I don't know. That's how I am when I'm at the grocery. Super laser focused too. I have like very specific things I like too. Like for some reason I love Astro yogurt. Only Astro yogurt. I can't eat any other.
Oh really? Wow.
Recently, Costco had a sale for the Liberté yogurt, and I've tried that. I was like, this is pretty good actually.
Very good. Was it a Greek yogurt?
Yeah. So
Greek
like
one?
I like the real yogurt. So I think nowadays they
is Astro?
So
real?
Astro is more real. Okay.
Okay, I thought Astro was like flavored.
Yeah, no, it is. But the thing I don't like is like a lot of these yogurt, they actually take out the fat of the yogurt.
Oh,
so there's only like 1 gram of fat in one of those cups.
Yeah,
I was like, dude, yogurt should be
and it has like nothing in it.
like yogurt should be heavy and creamy, and like that's where people in all these other countries that use yogurt, they need that fat in them, right? So this is where they get it from. But a lot of yogurt you get nowadays, the individual packaged ones, they remove a lot of the fat.
Yeah, what do you mean? I tried an activity for the first time, or not first time, for the first time in a really, really long time.
Activia,
like,
right?
Yeah, Activia, like a week ago. And it was the small little container one, and it was a strawberry one.
Yeah.
And I was like, this kind of tastes like dessert in a bad way.
Yeah, it's like watered down kind of.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not thick enough.
Yeah, it's like
very
jelly.
sugary.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But like that's why I liked Astros, because of all the generic brands, they have the heaviest one. They have like the yogurt on top and the flavoring on the bottom, and you have to mix it.
I like that.
Yeah, me too.
I used to always only get the President's Choice brand, and not President's Choice. It was like,
I mean, I'd be proud if you got that.
It's one of the brands that Superstar has like all the time.
Oikos?
I thought it was President's Choice for the longest time until I actually looked at the label and I was like, oh, this isn't President's Choice. It was. Can you search it up? Like yogurt brands. It has a really, really simple branding. It's like white, and then depending on what flavor you get, that's the color of the label. Like,
this is what I get. Astro.
Oh yeah, I've seen them.
Is it Iogo?
No. It's like really, really. It has like no brand on it, pretty much. Okay, wait, no, it was Dairyland that had it. So they were the ones that had like the really plain logo and the yogurt on top and the fruit in the bottom. And I used to be so excited to like mix it up, because then you can control how much fruit you get and how much yogurt you get.
You actually controlled that? I just mix it all up all the time. I shake it and then I mix it.
Oh yeah, sometimes I would do that. Sometimes I would do the other one.
Like you want to
But
taste
I like
it
the
separately.
choice, yeah. But then I got fucking lactose intolerant. Now I only eat lactose.
Gross.
It's so good.
Gross.
So good.
All right. So, anyways, back to your trip to Toronto, Veld.
Yes.
How was Gyubi?
Gyubi was so good, but you probably heard we didn't go to the location that you wanted us to go to.
No, dude. Gyubi at Bloor. Gyubi at Bloor is bomb. You like the creme brulee?
It really was so good. I actually didn't expect it to be as good as it was, because I'm like, okay, if you're not a dessert place that specializes in dessert, like how good can your fucking creme brulee be? It probably just tastes like any run-of-the-mill basic ass creme brulee. It's probably not going to be that creamy, not have that good texture, but it was good. It was so good. I was like, what the fuck? I would have expected this to come out from like some dessert restaurant.
Yeah, and the one at Bloor, they're super on top of it. They always get you all the meats you want. Like the server memorized what you liked. Like so I'll be like, hey, I like that one. Do you remember what it is? I was like, oh yeah, for sure. And he'll just grab two more orders of that and just bring it to your table.
Which meats did you like? I don't remember exactly what the cut of meat that I liked was, but then it came in little cubes.
Oh, I like the miso flavored something. I don't know what that something is.
I remember that. Everyone was like, oh, Alvin said to get this one. Yeah. Alvin said this one is really good.
The miso flavored something was really good. I like the whole, you have the jalapeno and stuff. You can put that, kind of make your own little, what's the little wrap, the Korean wrap thing? The Sam or something? Is it Sam? The Korean thing. You're super Korean-ish. You love Korean stuff. Sam, right? Yeah, Sam. You make your own sauce and all that shit. It's almost like KBBQ, but like Japanese. They call themselves Japanese grill, but it feels like KBBQ for that sense.
Yeah, I also really liked whenever you ordered something and it came in the little tin.
Yeah.
And it was just butter and wine in it. Yes. That just tasted so good. Like the clams.
Yes. So the corn. I like the corn also. That was really good too. Yeah. But yeah, pretty much the whole time I got meats, kimchi, creme brulee. And the reason is like the meat was so fatty. And the kimchi is like the acid that cuts it, and then the creme brulee is like the sweet part that helps cut the acid. So I just like literally rotate between the three.
It was so good. I remember you mentioning the ice cream, but I didn't think the ice cream was that great.
They just give you Malona. They didn't give you Malona here?
Oh no, they gave us like actual soft serve ice cream cones.
Nope, just literally. So the one at Bloor, if you pay cash, it's just $50 straight up. Like it's not, but like with tips and stuff, it's like just $50. You drop down $50. They give you a stick of Malona. Or they ask you what flavor Malona you like, and they just give you Malona, and you walk out. That's so like they literally give it to you as you walk out. You're like, oh yeah, here's your Malona to go.
So nice.
Like they expect you to be so full from your meal that you have to take your Malona to go.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, so I was like, wow, that's such great things they've already thought of. They're like, oh, but the thing is like the one at Bloor is smaller. It's significantly smaller. So they want people in and out. So like when I was the one at Bloor, we ate till our 2-hour time limit. All 3 times I went, we always hit the 2-hour time limit.
Wow.
And they're like, oh yeah, your 2-hour time limit is coming up and stuff. And they'll be like, okay, get a couple more orders of this before we end it, and then they'll give me the Malona, and then we'll just walk out, kind of thing.
Making me feel like we definitely went to the wrong location.
I mean, UV itself is good, but yeah.
Yeah, they forgot some of our orders, and we would just like reorder it again.
So I think the last time I went, anytime any dish was empty, there's someone there to like take it away.
Wow.
And they'll ask if you want another one of this or something like that.
Wow.
And then I think it happened 3 times in 2 hours where a manager came out and be like, hey, I just want to make sure everything's okay. If you need anything, just let me know, kind of thing like that, right? Like 3 different times. It was 2 different managers in 3 different instances. They just came up just to ask each table, like, hey, do you guys need anything else?
Maybe after the first time, like after the first few minutes, they're like, that guy eats so much. He's our best customer. Treat him well. And then they like remembered your face. They told all the staff, like that table, that guy, top tier customer. And when you came back, they're like, it's him.
So
it's the infamous Alvin.
The other thing is when you got your creme brulee, it's cold, right? Like it's a cold dessert usually. It's cold, and they do the fire, they torch the top.
Man, you had such a different experience from us. I would say our creme brulee was more like room temperature.
Oh,
and then it came with it already torched.
Yeah, no. It came already torched, but yeah. I think normally we had it cold and then torched on top. I think that's how creme brulee should be.
No, it should be actually a little bit warm.
Oh, okay, never mind. No, okay, then it's the reverse. So like, if that's the case, it came out warm, but then they ended up giving us. Because after like my 12th one, I feel like they didn't have enough prepped, so they grabbed them out of the fridge to put sugar on top and torch it, and then just gave it to me.
This was so good though.
Yeah,
creme brulees were so good.
Yeah,
I definitely asked for seconds.
Yeah, for sure. Nice. Okay, I'm glad you enjoyed that. I think that's always my highlight. Every time I go to Toronto, I've been there 3 times, and each time I had to go there.
We wanted to go to some other restaurants, like my physiotherapist. She recommended a few restaurants too because she is from Toronto.
Yeah.
Like one of the restaurants she recommended was Pie, or no, I think it was one of our friends go to Pie, which is a Thai restaurant. But unfortunately, we didn't get in because I tried booking a reservation there, and they said that they could take us if we all sat at the same table. I gave a $200 deposit, and we can't order from the menu though. They have to the chef decides what we eat, and it's served family style, And I tried asking, like, okay, what does the like, what would we be getting then if
Yeah.
that's the case? And they wouldn't tell us. They said, oh, the chef will decide day of. So I was like, okay, that sounds kind of like you're gonna give
That
us like
sounds
shit.
really. I mean, I kind of like that because you kind of leave it in their hands, right?
Yeah. But I felt like if we wanted to go to a restaurant, like, what if they give us a bunch of? I hate it when people order everything for you, and at least they can tell you what you're getting, right? Like,
Mm,
I wouldn't mind the chef deciding. It's kind of like omakase, right? But at
yeah.
least I want to like know what I'm getting, so I can say yes or no to that, like the whole thing.
No, I would love that. I would love going to a restaurant, give them like a fair amount of money, and they
Yeah.
just feed me.
Oh, you did it in Japan, right?
What do you mean? Did I
I
know?
remember you did that. Not the fair amount of money part, but you went to a noodle shop, and then the one chef there, he was really attentive to you guys. He rejected a few people while you guys were sitting down just because he like talked a lot, and then he just kept giving you guys like good food from.
Oh yeah, so
And
this
you
is
took a picture with him.
this is if you guys ever go to Kobe in Japan, go to Hanasato. Or is it Hanasato? Oh fuck, actually forget the name. I think it's Hanasato. And the chef is so chilled. So like he'll always come up to each table because like there's a lot of foreigners that go to his restaurant. And he'll just drink with them and stuff. And then he'll give us free drinks. Like he gave me so much free drinks, it was ridiculous. Yeah, and then like we were done eating, and I remember because his menu changed a little bit. I remember his soba noodles were really good. So like, oh, can I get an order of that? And he was like, oh, are you not full? We can give you more meat for free if you want. I was like, no, it's okay. I was like, I just want to order this because I remember it was really good last time.
I was like, what's wrong?
Yeah, and then he made it for me, and he didn't charge me
Wow.
for that. Yeah.
He was probably like, my fault.
But yeah. Okay, nice. And then what else? What else was there in Toronto? I don't...
We had really good coffee. I really enjoyed how we like went to a coffee shop every day just to try out their coffee. We had some like coffee enthusiasts there.
Yeah.
I always like trying really nice. And then we got this. We went to this place that specialized in aburi sushi. So we bought like 3 platters of like aburi back to the Airbnb for everyone to share. And everyone thought it was really good. I thought it was decent. But then something was wrong with it because I got such a bad stomach ache afterwards and like the biggest headache. And like I was talking to some of the other girls, and some of the other girls got it too. So I don't know.
It's the oyster thing all over again. God damn.
Maybe. But overall, it was a lot of fun. And then the weekend after that, I went to Calgary for a tournament,
Nice.
and we won 3rd place.
Nice.
We went to another Japanese barbecue place.
Nice.
That was pretty good, but I thought it was pretty crazy how we had 9 people, and we only had 1 grill.
GG.
At this place.
I would hate that.
But that was a lot of fun. It was pretty interesting because we were supposed to split. We had like eight people on our team, and we were supposed to split it because we didn't want to pay for Airbnbs or like a place to stay after going to Veld, or like no one really wanted to organize it essentially. So we had one friend that lives in Calgary, and that's on the team. So we are gonna have like all the girls stay there, and then all the guys were supposed to stay at another person's place that was in Calgary. But then eventually we all ended up just staying at the one friend's place, and he lives in a like smaller 1-bedroom apartment, and we all just crashed there. So we had like half of us sleeping on the floor, and it felt like one giant ass sleepover.
I mean, that sounds
I've
fun.
not done that in so long, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. Then the weekend after that, I was supposed to go to
Kelowna, but you got
Kelowna,
wrecked.
but everything got canceled. Very, very sad. I did watch the Barbie movie too.
I also watched it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you like it? What did you think
It was average. I don't know.
Oh, what?
I mean, it was funny at parts, but I thought it was just, I don't know, it was just kind of just whatever. I don't know.
Really, really good. Like, I didn't think it would be as good as it was, but my honest opinion is I think that everyone thinks it's like fucking the next amazing ass movie, as if it was
Inception.
Marvel's Endgame.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Inception.
No, definitely Marvel.
No, yeah, no, I thought it was gonna be more, I don't know, different. But it felt like a fun movie, and
Mm.
that's about it. Like it didn't feel like I feel like you can't think too deep into it, and you
What?
shouldn't. I feel like if you think too deep into it, it's very flawed.
Why? Why is that? I feel like the concepts were a lot deeper than I anticipated a Barbie movie to be about. I thought it would just be like, oh, if you watch any other Disney Barbie movie, then it's like, oh, Barbie's going to the castle. That. But
Uh,
this one talks about
yeah,
equality
like the
and
patriarchy and all that. I
yeah.
just felt like it was weird because it's like, um, they had all these. Okay, so it felt like the beginning. Okay, this is complete spoilers alert, okay, guys. So in the beginning, it felt like Kens were second class citizens,
Yeah,
and
pretty much.
then in the middle they flipped it, right?
Yeah.
And then at the end they flipped it again, but then they didn't give them any things else. Like I see what they're trying to do, but it's like, wait, shouldn't you guys? If you guys are the
Equal.
movie and you're trying to teach a lesson, shouldn't you like try to make them do the right thing,
Yes,
right? Which is to like, okay, well, we're gonna distribute power equally in terms of representation.
that is true.
Right, but then they didn't really do that, so I was like, oh well, then I feel like they're not very serious about like trying to teach a lesson. I feel like it's just for fun type of thing, and yeah, I agree. Like it sucks to be a girl in this society and shit like that, right?
They did give the Kens jobs after.
Yeah, but
That's
it's
like
like
none in power.
yeah, but like you know what I mean? Like it's
Yes,
like
I
they
get
flipped
what
it
you
one
mean.
way, they flipped it the other way, and then they flipped again, and then they didn't really change anything. It's like what's other than the stereotypical Barbie, like the rest of that Barbie line, everything's gonna be like status quo again.
Yeah, I
Right,
can
so it's
see
like,
that.
oh, like nothing really happened. Then it just felt kind of moot.
Yeah,
So like, if I thought really deep into it, then I feel like
I
that's how
see.
I would go into it. So then I was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't go that deep into it. Maybe it's just like just for fun type of thing.
I see what you mean. I also thought that when Barbie found out that she started seeing quote unquote reality and started being less perfect because the person that was playing with her was sad and
Yeah,
wasn't as they were losing hope in their reality in terms of like, oh, this is what my life could be. This is how I have fun and all that stuff. I thought that the movie would go in a different direction and have more depth in that sense. Like I thought they would try and fix the mom's inner child and whatever she's going on in life, but they really just went back to Barbie Land and played with Barbies again. And
yeah,
then the mom eventually just felt better.
it felt like I like that one part where she was discussing all the problems like girls have or females have in the current society.
Where it was like, oh, you have to be a boss, but you can't
Yeah,
be
yeah,
that
yeah, all that
bossy.
shit.
You
Yeah,
have to be, yeah.
yeah. I was
I
like,
felt like
oh,
that was really relatable.
yeah. I
Actually.
thought like that was really cool and stuff. But I also feel like as a guy, like I think this movie just didn't relate to me as much because
Mm,
like we don't go through those problems. But it's nice. It's nice to know like, oh shit, this is how it feels like in their shoes, right?
yeah.
But then for me, I feel like maybe girls can like relate more to those situations. But for me, like when I think of like toys and shit, I don't know. I just think of it so differently. Like for guys, it's like no, like I will be a fire truck. And then one day, like you grow up and you'll be like, oh, I'm building fire trucks, right? You know what I mean? Whereas like I feel like maybe the expectation for girls, especially in the Barbie sense, is like, oh, I'm gonna be a doctor. I'm gonna do all this stuff, and it's like it's so possible but so unrealistic,
Yeah.
right? Whereas for guys and their toys, it's like, fuck it,
I
right?
bet Johnny Sins played with Barbies and he made it all happen.
Yeah, right. So that's what I'm saying. But like I don't know, I just feel like I never related to the expectations. I think my girlfriend was telling me about that. It's like yeah, Barbie created like a higher than possible expectations for girls and stuff like that. I don't know, like she was kind of explaining some of that stuff to me. And I thought about like how my childhood was and like toys and shit. I was like, nah, like I didn't give a fuck. I was like, I just felt like we always understood that there's a very defined line between like
Yeah.
reality and fiction, and I don't know. For me, I was just like whatever.
I can see how Barbie has or can create an unattainable level of perfection that girls may try to achieve and strive for that of course you can never get.
Yeah.
But for me personally, when I was growing up, what the fuck did you just say, Joe?
Sorry, as Viv was speaking, I searched up the Down syndrome Barbie. Did you know they have this? So, okay, what I was gonna say is like when you're talking about the unexpected reality, I was like, dude, could you imagine being Down syndrome and you're having to play with this? I was like, dude, she doesn't even look that bad. Could you imagine having to play with this as
Imagine you didn't know what Barbie was and you got this doll and you thought, wow, this is the prettiest doll ever. And you were told this is supposed to be the Down syndrome doll.
like, okay, if I only showed you this doll, you'll be like, that looks like a pretty normal doll.
Yeah,
Nose is a
she
little
does look
smaller than normal, but this is the Down syndrome Barbie.
No.
And I was just like, I mean, so you were talking about expectations. I was like, let's speak about expectations. Look at this one.
Jesus Christ.
Right? But I think the other thing is the expectation for like body type and body size too, right? Isn't that a thing? I mean, dude, I feel bad for female Down syndrome girls now because fucking Barbie destroyed the world here.
Yeah, but when I was playing with Barbies when I was younger, I never like I never made that connection of saying like, oh, I should be like this, or I should look like Barbie, or I want to be perfect like how Barbie looks. I never had that. I just thought this is how a doll looks, but I'm a human, so I always had that like divide. I never like held myself up to like the same standards or whatever. My fucking doll. This is what a doll looks like because it's a doll.
Yeah. Like this computer engineering Barbie. Like, first of all, okay, this might sound rude.
She has to have glasses, of course, right?
Yeah, she has to have glasses. This might sound rude, but they're usually a little fatter than this. Okay, guys, let's fucking be real. Let's give them some girth here.
Yeah, I'm not an engineer, but
like I'm just saying, if this girl came up to me and she's trying to solve my computer science problem, I'm like, hold up. Where's the fat fuck sitting at his desk? I need that one.
You don't know anything. Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm just saying.
You clearly can't know that much.
Again, this is gonna sound completely mean, but when my chef's fat, I feel a little bit better.
Okay, what about this?
Than when I have a skinny ass chef. Because what I want my chef to do is eat a lot, so he understands what to feed me.
That makes sense. But okay, what about this Barbie?
But a computer engineer, usually sitting on their ass all day. I'm not saying they're all like that, but I'm just saying, you know.
Makes sense.
Like every other stereotype is here. Let me see. Computer engineer stereotype.
The guy from fucking South.
It's just some shit like this. Yes, exactly. Like this guy from South Park.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I don't know. It's just
Wayne. Like Kim K.
But I honestly have this problem. Like, okay, so the one thing
Impossible.
I remember you saying on the podcast is like you're saying that I like one of the like if I had a really bad trait, you like let me know and try to help me fix it, right? And you're like saying like I'm not racist. I was like, I think I'm racist. I think I'm fucking racist. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about, but I don't think I'm racist as in like a malicious way. Like I see stereotypes sometimes.
Well, I feel like
everyone does. I feel like whoever says they don't, they're a righteous cuck who is just like thinking they're better than other people. Because I feel like everyone just sees it. They see it, they may not act upon it, and they may not do anything on it.
I feel like when you say you're racist, does that mean that you see race, or does that have to have a negative connotation to it? Because when I define it, I see it as it has that negative connotation on it. Because I think you have to be kind of dense and like unrealistic if you say that, oh, stereotypes don't come from anywhere. Like stereotypes come from like you being like a stereotypical person that you would think of when you mention this sort of thing for anything. Like you could say a hamburger, and I'm sure you have a stereotypical idea of what a basic ass hamburger looks like. We can use that for a human being.
That's true.
For any race. So I feel like that's not.
That's true. No, you're right. Even the definition says there's some like antagonism to it. So okay, maybe I'm not racist then. But like I see like when I get Indian food, I want it to come from an Indian.
Well,
You know what I mean? I was like, I want him to look like a Punjabi guy.
Well, yeah.
Giving me Indian food, right? And I just like
if I gave you Indian food,
I'd be like, I think it's probably not good. Like I would have that like thing in the back of my head, be like, this is probably it's probably Chinese curry, not like actual curry type of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's a difference between Chinese curry and actual Indian curry, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I see the stereotype sometimes, and sometimes I feel like if people don't acknowledge that, I feel like they're so righteous. I was like, you think you're better than people? You think you think we're not thinking the same thing? We're thinking the same thing. I just have the courage to say it, and you don't have the courage to admit it.
You stop hanging out with those people.
Honestly, okay, so like maybe that's something I should actually like, or we should have a podcast about, because I actually feel like sometimes.
Racism?
No, I think some people who are too righteous, I feel like it just bugs me a little bit. You know what I mean? It's like if you talk to a 30-year-old and they think like, you know, sex is dirty and all this shit. You're like, no way, someone's that naive and so pure and shit like that. Right? You're like, there's something to you, like
bad experience.
Yeah, like you must be like a psycho or like something's wrong with you.
You
know,
don't like sex? You're fucking
it's
psychotic.
Like, yeah, it's like so. Like for me, when I have these like intrusive thoughts, sometimes I speak them out and sometimes I don't. But I acknowledge I have them. Right. But some people will have them, or I think they'll have them, but they'll be so righteous that they'll never admit they had them. I'm like, no way, bro. Like, no way you didn't like check that thing out, or like, no way you didn't just think the same thought of like, you know, I want my curry coming from an Indian person thing, right? Like, no way you didn't actually think that. You just don't want to like say it, and you don't want to admit it because you think you're gonna get canceled or some bullshit.
Fair.
So I actually have a problem with some people who are like too righteous or like too much of like I don't even know how to say, like too much of a goody two shoe type of thing like that, right? It's like the whole question is like, you know, if you see a $20 on the floor, no one's there and shit like that, like, and some people are like, oh yeah, I'd give to Lost and Found. I was like, shut the fuck up. I was like, if no one's looking, I'm pretty sure almost everyone.
Even if people were looking, if I saw a $20 on the floor, guys, and it was a busy street, then if I thought it belonged to someone in the vicinity, yes, the first thing I would ask is, hey, was this yours? Or if I thought that, if I asked literally anyone and the first thing they'll say is, oh, of course that's fucking mine. Yeah. If I think that someone's going to say that, then I'd rather just keep it myself.
I feel like it's the ultimate bait question because like someone who's righteous will say, oh no, I'll definitely like hand it back and all this shit. But for me, it's like, it's different. It's so weird because like if you see $20 or $5, you're like, yeah, fuck, that's coffee money or whatever for me, right? If you see $1,000, you're like, oh, I'm gonna talk to the police or some shit like that, right? Like once the number goes up a bit, you're like, oh, you know, like I'm not too sure.
Take it faster,
right? Like I'm not too sure. This could be drug money. This could be whatever, and like that.
I saw a fucking block of cash in the middle of the street while I was walking one day. I think I would turn the other direction. I'd be like, someone's pointing a gun, hiding in the bush, just fucking waiting for me to pick this shit up.
The biggest bait of my life. I'm just gonna walk towards it, you know, start standing my fingerprint and shit like that.
Shoelaces a little tighter.
I'm just ready to take in book. But yeah, no, like I feel like I have a weird, not obsession, but like a weird hate towards people who are like too righteous.
I agree. It's like something such a.
It's just weird.
Rude.
It's just like, it's like if we were in a friend group and we started talking about like sex or something, and one person that's our age would be like disgusted or doesn't relate to any of that shit. And be like, no. Like, I'm sure you've had urges too, and I'm sure you've like thought of these intrusive thoughts that we're thinking about right now, right? And it's just like, no, like just be open with us, right? Kind of thing. Like in that type of environment.
Like I would just think like, that's unfortunate, man, that you're not.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It just feels weird to me because I feel like I'm so corrupted and shit, or like not corrupted. Like I feel like I have morals and shit and ethics, but I believe those are related to action,
right?
And I believe I can think whatever the fuck I want, and I can say whatever I want to think, but not act upon it, right? Like sometimes I could see like pregnant women walk by and be like, man, I'm just gonna punch her in the stomach or some shit like that, right?
Great.
I could say that. I'm not gonna do it. And some people will be like, you're disgusting, Alvin. But some people like, I had the exact same thought. Like, that was an overly pregnant woman. She needed to burst, and I'm just helping her.
Sometimes when I see a pregnant lady walking inside a grocery store, I think about this one like short video that I saw where someone was doing a prank. And they had a watermelon underneath their shirt, but they accidentally tripped, and all the watermelon juice came out flying out the other end. And I'm like, man, this could happen to this lady right now. Imagine if that was a watermelon.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's weird. I just wish people would like talk about intrusive thoughts a bit more. It's just fun. It's fun to talk about.
I think that could be an interesting topic one day.
The intrusive thoughts, yeah. It's like there's a scary one. It's like sometimes you walk by like a cliff or something, you're like, just do it. just fucking do it.
What, man? You won't.
Yeah. And then, you know, your instincts come back and be like, okay, yeah,
you are. When you're driving, like I feel like this is probably my most common intrusive thought. So when I'm driving and there's a lane of cars on like coming in the other direction on my left hand side, and we're going at generally really fast speed, I'm like, wow. One small turn to the left, I could fuck up this whole row of people. Not in that sense, but I would be like, wow. Like, literally, like, if I don't stay in my lane, this whole side will get fucked up. I'll get fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, so much trust on this fucking line right here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I just feel like people who don't embrace or like talk about their intrusive thoughts, I think those are the real cycles here, guys. Those are the ones who actually acts it out. You know what I mean? I feel like talking about it vents out your intrusiveness sometimes, you know?
I agree.
Anyways, what were we talking about again? We were talking about Barbie something.
Oh, yeah, I watched Barbie, and then I had a dinner with Leia last weekend.
Oh, nice.
That was really nice. Yeah, it was Leia and some of our other friends. It was really nice because I haven't hung out with the other guys in like so long.
Yeah.
And aside from that,
that was it. That was your 1 hour catch up.
Yeah.
That's all you get. You got 1 hour.
Thank you. Lumi's birthday also passed, so that was great.
Oh, yeah. I heard about it on your last podcast about Lumi's birthday. Charles is coming up, his 5th birthday. I'll be in trance. Literally every single birthday he has, I'm not in town. Except for his, I think, first two. It's just by chance. It's always coincidence.
Oh, yeah, by chance. Hey, you see that month and you're like, see ya, bitch.
I actually love booking a trip around, like, Thanksgiving / Indigenous Day. And, like, it kind of, like, always kind of pushes forward into, like, his birthday. So I was like, unfortunate. But I'm sure, like, do dogs actually know their birthday, you think?
Yeah, probably not at all.
They think every day is about the same. I think they can differentiate between weekdays and weekends because you sleep in or not. Yeah. I think that's the only thing they can really differentiate.
I don't know. I feel like they can and they can't in that way. Like, they'll be like, oh, mom's staying home today.
Yeah.
Or today's one of the days that they stay home.
Yeah. But I think they can't differentiate, like
they'll know routine.
Yeah.
But they won't be like, it's Friday's coming up, baby.
I think that was did I talk to you about this? Like, the one thing that differentiates like humans and animals is that we can think about tomorrow. Oh. Like, we understand the concept of tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the next day, the day after, right? Whereas if you're to tell your dog, like, no, you can't have this till tomorrow, they'll never understand what tomorrow means.
Yeah.
Like, they'll never grasp that concept of tomorrow. Like, oh, we're doing this tomorrow. They won't understand that. They'll understand the moment you're about to do it.
Right? Yeah. I think so. I think that they cannot grasp the concept of tomorrow.
Yes.
But they know routine.
Yes.
So if you always fed them at 6 o'clock, then every single day around 6 o'clock, they'd be like, where the fuck is my food?
So I think it was Michio Kaku. He was the one he's like a famous physicist and stuff. And he was the one who's saying, like, that's the difference between consciousness, is that he thinks is like...
Oh, he's a Japanese guy with gray hair and like black glasses.
Right? Yeah. He was saying, like, the reason, like, a dog is quote unquote conscious, but he's saying, like, the difference between them and us is that we can think of yesterday, today, and tomorrow, whereas they can only think about yesterday and today. Like, they can think about the past and what's happened in the past and what's instinctual right now. Right. Whereas we can think beyond that. And that's what he thinks, like, gave us our ability to, like, create things. Like, when you can plan for the future, you can actually create inventions and stuff. Right, is that thought process, right? Because if not, if everything's on instincts, then we're just, like, eating and fucking all day, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so my August, I'll be brief. We had that beach day with the volleyball group. That was pretty fun.
That looked really fun. I really wanted to make it that day, but I was really tired, and also it didn't work out with the cars.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I was sunburnt as fuck from that. But it was fun. It was fun. I said this on my podcast. I recently got my PNG. So now I'm very confused in life.
Congratulations.
Because I think I even said in the podcast, like, pretty much I've planned everything up to now.
Yeah.
I got my PNG, now I don't know shit all. Like, now it's like back to square one. It's like, maybe I should go get a law degree or some shit.
How does it feel? I feel
about the same.
No, I mean, like, to be at this point where you've planned your entire life up until now, and now you finally reached it. I'm sure it feels really gratifying, really rewarding to finally get your PNG. But there's also that next part where it's like, well, okay, well, like, what now?
So like, I think the gratifying part is kind of not there, because I think the fact that I got my Eng degree, that was already, like, that thing is the one thing in my life where I proved to myself, like, if you work hard and you have a desire for something, you can reach that.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like that's the first significant thing in my life where it's like, I worked hard and I reached it. Right? So, like, if you worked hard, say, at, like, piano lesson or something, and you got to the next level piano, that doesn't feel that much, right? You don't feel as much. But, like, a degree, that's different, right? That's like a accumulation of 16 years of schooling, right? From beginning to end, right? So I feel like the gratification came there. So, like, getting my PNG was just like the next obvious step, right? It was like not too much more to it, right? But now it's like I feel very like confused. I feel like I need to figure out what I want now, right? And I feel like sometimes I envy other professions where there's less ambiguity. So, for example, in accounting, if you want to become a CPA, there's literally a course you can do. Like, there's minimum experience time, and there's a course you can do.
CPA 1, 2, 3, 4.
When you do the course, you're now up to the next level, right? In nursing, there are training courses you can do. The more you have, the higher level you can get. It's not as well defined, but there's some definition, right?
Yeah.
Military. You do a training, you're now, demolition certified. Right now you're up a level or up something level, right? All these type of operations thing, they all have like levels and stuff. Like you have to do this training, and once you do, you get rewarded for it. So like the goal is to finish this. But I feel like in certain things, especially like engineering, there is none of that, right? Like no matter how much training I do, they're just gonna be like, okay, what's the application? Like is it applicable to us? If it is, then yes, you're valuable to us. But there's no levels. We're like just because you did this, the difference between you and the next guy, there's no like level difference, right? So that ambiguity is like twofold. It's very rewarding, as in like you can become anything you want, but it's also very hard because you don't know sometimes how to improve, right? Like in RuneScape, you want to improve, go kill a fucking boar, go kill lots of boars. You're gonna upgrade in life, right?
Yeah.
But in this, it's like, oh, it's not obvious how you're gonna get better. And I think that's similar to a lot of people in business, right? In business, it's not obvious how you can like improve. Like your goal is to make more money, but how, right? So I feel like I'm at the stages like figuring out like, hey, what's my next step? What's the how now, right? Like I feel like I reached this step where I could like do this quote unquote exam and get to the next level, but after this, there's nothing left. Like there's no other thing I can take to get anything else, right?
For engineering, right?
Yeah. So now it's just like, hey, let's figure out what's next. And I feel like it's good and bad right now because right now at my job they canceled a project. Like one of the companies canceled a project. So there's like fucking don't work right now kind of thing.
Yeah. I
So
remember you mentioning that.
yeah, I'm like kind of fucking twiddling my thumb right now. But
are you a lot less busy at work or?
Yeah, there's almost nothing. I told my boss specifically, like, hey, I need shit to do. He's like, oh, like can you work on this thing? And then I was working on it for 2 days, and then the manager came and was like, hey, we're canceling that too. I'm like, all right, let me just sum this up for 2 days, and then I'll submit my summary.
Oh shit! So what have you been doing?
Just learning some program stuff at work, like one of the software we use and stuff. But I don't know, like it's good and bad. I think it's bad because like the type of person I am, I'm always looking to like how to improve.
Yeah.
But in a sense, it's good because I need this boredom. Like if you're never bored, you never think of things.
I agree.
So like if you're an operator, like you're in the military or something like that, you're always just doing what you're told. You're just moving step by step, right?
Yeah.
Without that boredom, you kind of think of like very cool and like creative ways of like doing things, whatever that may be, right? So like right now I'm in the phase where I'm like trying to reimagine like what my life should be like, right? And it's kind of nice because like I recently booked a trip and I also told myself like, hey, I'm gonna dedicate myself to take more trips because like that's what I find rewarding in life. And I think that's what like those are my role models. Like all the people I look up to are super interesting. They've done not the direct path to get to where they are. They all have always done something very unique. Yeah, exactly. So I'm just trying to reimagining like what I can do and stuff like that.
What do you think that's gonna look like in your next like 1 to 2 years?
I think this might sound like an excuse and it could be, but I think I need to stay for like another at least till July. Because it's something about like you stay on for about 2 years and then it's kind of more acceptable to move on to other things.
Right.
I feel like at 1 year mark, I've learned enough where I think I know everything. And the fact I think I know everything for sure means I don't know it all. Right. So I feel like until I think I get back to the stage where I think I don't know anything and then all of a sudden like you ask me questions, I can just answer off the top of my head. It's kind of like when I was in construction. There was a point where I thought I knew a bunch of stuff and I just kept learning more and more beyond that. And then at the very end, I felt like I knew nothing. But when someone talked to me about it, I could explain them the whole fucking process.
Yeah.
Right. And they're like, oh shit, this guy's the expert at it. And I'm like, I always felt like imposter syndrome. I was like, I'm not an expert at it. But then I'll like talk to them and I'll understand all the problems they have with it. Right. So I feel like I have to get to that point until I can say like, I've done it, I can move on. But yeah, so that's me getting my PNs. That's about it. Talked about work a bit. Climbing's been fun. And yeah, like physical activity wise, it's been really good. Oh, I've been doing zone 2 workouts. We should do a whole episode on that one day. I don't know if you ever heard about. So briefly, guys, zone 2 is when you do a lighter cardio workout. And actually, there's probably good imagery here for you guys. So like, there's 5 zones they kind of create. 5 zones of workout. So zone 5 being your most active. This is like your all out power.
This is like when you track your beats per minute for your heart, right? And then depending on what range your heart rate is what zone you're in.
Yeah, kinda. So like they give all these like beats per minute percentage stuff. The exact rule is your lactase level.
Oh, cool.
So you actually have to measure that in millimoles. But they have like some anecdotal ways to tell you like how to be in zone 2, right? So pretty much your zone 2 cardio is when you're doing cardio, you can still have a conversation with someone, but they know you're doing cardio. So like you can still fully have a conversation. You understand the conversation. You can talk back and forth, but they know like, you know, there's a bit of pauses, a little bit out of breath and stuff like that. And apparently, allegedly, doing this will increase your VO2 max and it'll increase all zones above you. So that means it'll increase your performance in zone 3, zone 4, and zone 5 by increasing your zone 2 performance. So I've been doing that, I think like 3 times a week and zone 5 once a week. And adding that into my workout. Yeah, it's just like I think I was listening to
cardio, like treadmill.
Yeah, stuff like that. I was just listening to like a Peter Attia podcast and just about like you got to do it all. It's not just one thing. It's not just lifting. You got to get the other stuff. I was like, fuck. I feel like it's true too. I feel like I can't be lazy as fuck. But like honestly, guys, doing zone 2 workouts is so easy. Like I'm literally reading my Kindle as I do it.
Oh.
So I was like, if you have something set up where you can do it in front of a TV, you could theoretically watch TV. Or like what Peter Attia does is he's literally working while he's doing it. Like he'll like pick up a call if someone's calling him and he was just on his like work treadmill thing. And it's just like pretty simple to incorporate into your life type of thing.
You do that too.
I mean, like, I don't know. It feels like all the people I know that are experts in this field are very into this. So therefore I'm like, okay, like these are people I respect. I don't have to read all the science, but I respect these guys and I understand their science. So therefore I think what they're doing is probably right. Yeah. Like if they're the experts at it and if they think it's right and I trust them, then I should kind of like move forward with this, right?
Okay.
Yeah, like Andrew Huberman does it too and stuff. Yeah, so it's cool. I've been incorporating that. But yeah.
What does that look like for you? So it's going on the treadmill for like what?
So I go
speed?
Elliptical for about 45 minutes. And I think speed's actually kind of weird. So like you want resistance, right? So the more resistance, the lower the speed possibly. I look at my wattage now. The amount of wattage my thing puts out. And mine's about like 90 watts is what it puts out. It's just whatever the machine I use. And then I just like know pretty much when you first try, like I'll be kind of reading my Kindle and then I'll stop for like a minute and I'll just like have a conversation with myself, but like kind of out loud. So it sounds like I'm crazy. I'm like, hey, can I have a conversation right now? Yes. I can understand what I'm saying. And if someone talks to me, I can understand what they're saying. And then it's kind of like I'm breathing at the same time. Like I'm not completely still. And then, I
would just start reading out loud.
I could, but then I think that would freak a lot of people out.
Really? Over talking to yourself?
I have some freaky books. I'm not freaky, just I like to read a lot of weird science fiction.
Oh, so it's smut you're reading.
Oh yeah. I wish I could get into smut. I don't think I can.
Maybe you haven't read the right ones yet.
I mean, if it's the right one, like what's a good one? If it's a good one, it will turn you on.
Yeah. And you'll just keep reading.
I'd stop reading. I'm like, well, time to whip out the fucking laptop. Right? Right? And then if it doesn't turn you on, it's not good, right?
Yeah, so.
So either way, I'm not reading it. You know what I mean?
You wouldn't whip out the laptop. You just like whip out your fucking...
And then I'm like, oh, bedtime now.
And then you keep reading.
I don't think, like I have a really good imagination.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I think I'd like to watch something instead.
No, I don't think so. I think if you read a really, really good...
Do girls do this, you think? Is this normal for girls?
I think so.
Oh, really? They'll like jack off while they read smut?
Yeah, like I've read some really, really good ones that I'm like...
And
your imagination is there and you're such a good enough reader that you know that books can bring you into a world.
Yeah.
Unlike when you watch movies.
Yeah.
Then it's exactly that same thing, but imagine it to be like sexual. It's fucking great if you can find a good one.
I think our brains just wired differently. I actually thought about this too. Like I actually watched a video about it and it's just like the way a female orgasms and a way a guy orgasms is just so different. It's just like we just need different things.
I
You know what I
see.
mean? It's
Fair
like
enough.
the way you get there and the way I get there and the duration and all that shit is just completely different. So we just need different things.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Like it's nice. I think people should actually learn more about this stuff because like I think it makes me a better lover, if that makes sense. To
What do you
like
mean?
to I feel like once a guy understands that a female
Oh,
like orgasms differently than a guy, then I
Mhm.
feel like it makes them a better lover, if that makes sense.
I agree. Because then you're not doing it towards what you know. You know,
Yeah.
you like essentially know how to work the other type of.
Exactly. Like when a guy does it, it's like it's a stallion, right? It's just fucking just going ham and then
Yeah.
nutting and then just leaving, right?
I mean, I feel like there's a lot more of an art to that, but
Like I said, it's like a stallion. Like you ever seen the horses with the giant fucking dick?
Yeah.
So, yeah. They literally just go hard and then they nut and they leave. And I feel like most guys are very similar to that. But I feel like how a girl orgasms is over a longer duration, but with a less high climax, and they need other things.
yeah. I
mean,
would say a girl needs a lot more mental, and a guy would need more visual.
okay, yeah, that part I haven't really thought about. I just thought like the duration and how you get there and how long it
Yeah.
lasts
Oh,
is
yeah.
just different. And I feel like if you understand that itself already, then
Yeah.
you can work your techniques to like maximize that for your partner.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Guys
Yeah.
can definitely. Guys are a lot more quicker and straight to the point than girls, for sure.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah. And then if you understand that, I feel like you can just become better at it, kind of thing. Yeah.
I agree. Maybe you should read more, and Joyce will be really happy.
I think I know a lot about. Actually, like I said, I think I know a lot. I don't know, but I think it's good. Like we give each other feedback and shit. Like we
Mhm.
talk, so it's good. How do we get on this topic? Oh, reading out loud. Yeah.
Yes, reading out loud. Zone 2.
Yeah. So no. Yeah. Zone 2 workout's good. And then other than that, reading's been good. I downloaded a bunch of books recently on my Kindle.
Mhm.
I don't know. I kind of lost track. I think next year I'm not gonna do this stupid resolution. I think the fact that I like you put a number to it makes it kind of dumb because like I'm gonna hit this number, but I feel like the goal of hitting a number shouldn't be the goal.
Yes.
The
I
goal
agree.
of like engaging your creative mind every night or X amount of times a week or X amount of hours a week should be the real goal.
I feel like giving yourself that numerical goal at the beginning is kind of necessary, though, in order to make it a habit.
To motivate yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see that. But then I think after a while, when you get to that stage, it just doesn't matter anymore. I feel like having that numerical goal might be a hindrance because, like, sometimes
agree.
now, like, I always read these massive books, and now I'm nearing the end. I was like, do I want to do another like massive book? Like, I'm gonna like maybe not reach my goal if I do another massive book.
Yeah.
But
And that takes away from that.
yeah, but the actual goal is just to read more, right?
Yeah.
So then once I feel like after this year I won't have the same goal, but I feel like this year has created this habit for me to read all the time,
Mhm.
right? Which is nice. And it's like I feel like not having a numerical goal gives you more flexibility, makes you enjoy it more. Because like sometimes I'm reading because like I have a goal of finishing this number,
Mhm.
and sometimes I'm reading because I'm really into the book. And I feel like if you maximize the really into the book part, then you're gonna like love life a bit more. Oh yeah, all that bullshit, uh, and then you're actually more willing to put down a book if it's not good,
I agree.
right?
Instead of
But if
just-
you have that number, you're like, I'm already halfway and I'm just gonna fucking finish it, so then I
Yeah.
can get that number ticked off, right? But then now, like, I feel like now, if I were to reach a book where I'm not really into it, I may or may not put it down, but I definitely won't read the sequel, kind of thing. Right?
Yeah.
So
at least you'll have more like quality books that you're reading.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to expand your knowledge into like you said, like bigger books.
yeah, like some of the Game of Thrones one, like those are long reads. Like those are a lot longer read books. But they're fun. They're really good books. And they're sometimes really good, sometimes not. Like some parts of the books is really really slow, and some parts of the books really fast. So when you get to a part that's really like fast, exciting, you can't stop reading. But when it gets to the slow part, you like you have to take a bit more time to get through it. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's about
That's pretty
it
nice.
for
Have
me.
you been doing your 30-hour famine or 30
Oh no,
hour-
I didn't.
Oh.
I'm so bad at this shit. So like, as soon as I hear something, I'm all in, and as soon as I hear something bad about it, I'm like, no, fuck this shit.
Oh shit! What did you hear? That was
It's not bad. It's not bad. So like, I'll give an example. So for vitamin D, I used to think like, oh no, I go in the sun all the time. I get my vitamin D, right, and shit like that. And then my doctor told me, he's like, no, you probably don't get enough, and it'll help you gain like muscle weight and shit. I was like, taking 2 pills of vitamin D every fucking day.
Sold.
This is like a major routine for me now, right? And then so I was listening to this one podcast. I think it was Peter Tia or maybe Andrew Huberman or something. But
Peter
it's not even. It wouldn't matter. Like I kind of knew it was true, but it was like them saying it kind of like made me think about it more. But like factually, when you eat less, your testosterone go down.
Oh.
Your testosterone, your libido, everything goes down, and it's just like it's primal, right? You don't have the sustenance, right? So I've been taking it chilled with my fasting a bit more. I think Peter Tia used to be really, really into fasting, and now he's kind of took the reverse stance.
How do you spell his name?
Attia. He has some dark shit. You should really listen to some of his stuff. He's I was gonna say he's kind of like you, but he's not really. So he's really famous. He's really into like fitness and all that stuff. He used to be like an elite athlete and shit like that.
Oh.
But he talks a lot about like mental shit too because he has anger issues.
Oh, interesting.
Because he was touched as a kid.
Okay.
And I just feel like you like the psychology side of shit,
I
like
do.
the abuse and shit like that. You always love that stuff. So I think he would be
the Zone 2 one.
he would be a really good person to like kind of. I think how you should start is you should just like watch like clips of his stuff, and if you like his stuff, then you just dive a bit deeper.
Okay.
But yeah, I think in one of the podcasts he had with Jocko, he talked about like his abuse, going to rehab, and like he's a doctor, like he's an MD, but he just always worked so hard and stuff like that, and kind of like pushed that abuse stuff aside, and then he just had like anger issues and shit, and then he like checked into rehab a couple times and stuff.
Oh,
So I feel like it's like right up your alley. Like he's all into fitness, all into health, and he's had some psychological shit.
That's not really okay.
Yeah.
Which one was your favorite podcast?
I don't listen to his. I don't listen to his podcast. I listen to it when he's on guest on other people's podcasts.
Oh.
Yeah, so I've listened to him when he's on Andrew Huberman's. I've listened to him when he's on Lex Friedman's. I listened to him when he was on Joe Rogan. So it just seems right up your alley. You love those psycho shit, and you're into fitness. So, but yeah, so like that's the reason I haven't done any of the intense fasting yet. Is I don't want to fuck up my testosterone too much. And
that's such a different take, I feel, because you were always really. It seemed like you were always really.
No, I still intermittent fast, but the long fast I haven't tried to go too deep into it right now. I'll see. I might. I'll think about it right now. It's actually really hard ever since I put in Zone 2 because I'm just a lot more hungry now. Just because you're doing way more like cardio and stuff. So I haven't really looked into it too much. But yeah.
Yeah. That's wild. I was very excited to hear you say, "Oh yeah, so I did 2-3 sessions of 30-hour fast."
Yeah, I still think the fasting is gonna work, but I just need to like plan it better. Like it's just so tough. Like your dick just doesn't work when you're fasting.
Oh, unfortunate.
Like your libido is very low, and like you literally, it's harder to get erect and all that shit.
Yeah,
and, like,
I'd imagine it's kind of like when you do hardcore dieting.
Yeah.
Hardcore deficit.
Yeah, like I'm sure when you're a hardcore deficit, your libido is probably tanked and stuff like that. And it's natural, right? Like it's not because I'm impotent or impotent, right? It's none of those. It's just like when you're literally starving, your body's like, no, we need food, we don't need sex, right?
Yeah.
So like I just like fuck, I don't want to do it on a weekend just because I usually hang with Joyce and all that shit. So I was like, fuck that. But I'll think about it. I'll plan it. I'll find a good time frame to try to do it. I think I can do it. It's more of a mental challenge for me. Like I want to like challenge myself.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be difficult in the sense of like not eating. For
Yeah,
you. It's definitely just different.
but it's like running a marathon. You want to like challenge yourself.
Yeah.
Right? You're like, oh, I want to see how far I can really go. Right.
Yeah.
Like I want to see how far I can go mentally and like how on the verge of death I'm willing to go to. Right.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's that one show. Fuck, what's the one? I used to talk about this all the time. The one with the mountain climbing one.
Where they climbed mountain.
Climb all 7 climbs.
Isn't that a movie?
Yeah. The 7 summits. Wait, is that what it's called? No. Climb 7 summits movie. 14 Peaks is what it's called. Nothing's impossible. Did you ever watch this? I think I tried to recommend this to you a couple times.
I'll add this to my list right now. Actually.
It's 14 Peaks. Dude, this Nimzi Purja, dude, he is so cool. Like I want a mustache just like him, and I want like an accent just like him. But he's such a Chad. I would do a whole episode just on his show. But we should do this one day, like after you watch it, and I'll rewatch it.
All right.
It's called 14 Peaks. It's so inspiring. It makes you feel like you can do anything after this.
Alrighty. I have like I wish. Okay, I don't wish. I think it's very cool to see people who have crazy goals like this, like saying like, "Oh, I want to hike a glacier one day. Or I want to get to the top of a mountain." I think that's really inspiring. But it looks hard as fuck, and I don't think that's something I would ever aspire to do. So I don't.
No. But like, I feel like his the mentality and his message is very inspiring.
Okay.
It's just it's insane because he didn't just break a record, he demolished a record.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the last time someone climbed all 14 peaks, they say it in the movie, and I'm probably gonna butcher it right now. The last time someone did all 14 peaks in the shortest duration was like 5 years or something.
Yeah.
I think he did it in 1 year.
Right. And he like went up and down, right? Because he was saving people as well.
Yeah, like he did some like crazy shit. Like some of them he would do 3 peaks in like 3 days.
Nice.
So yeah, he's fucking insane.
What's considered a peak? Like, would this be considered a peak in this one?
Yeah, so the 14 highest ones are
14 highest peaks.
Yeah. They'll, like when you watch the movie, they explain it very, very well.
Oh, okay.
Of like pretty much there's 14 peaks in the world. That's like the highest in the world. And some people die just trying to reach one of them.
Right.
Like Mount Everest.
Right.
There's I think 2K is one of them. There's a bunch of them. And one of them you can't even get access to because you have to go from China, and China doesn't allow people to go through it. So he had to get special permission just to finish his goal. Yeah, so it's pretty insane. It's pretty sad too because you don't hear much about him. Like his whole goal was to try like motivate people and shit like that. Like I wish he was way more successful. But I think his movie,
age.
Yeah, it's tough. But he's a fucking monster. He's like an absolute monster.
Fucking bad. I can't even imagine summiting one mountain.
Yeah, dude. And then like
I hate hikes.
Literally, he'll summit one. He'll be like, do the whole picture. Like he records every single. I think for the Guinness World Record or something, he has to record each one. He'll do it. I feel like he's only up there for like 5 minutes. He's like, all right, let's go to the next one. Whereas like for other people, that's like a once in a lifetime thing.
Yeah, so they'll stay there as long as they can.
They'll embrace it and they'll like feel all of it, right?
Yeah.
It's just I don't know. It just feels insane.
Level.
Okay, so the last thing I want to talk about. I mean, we're already an hour and a half in. We don't have to talk about it today, but I want to talk about like how you felt about the solo podcast.
I personally had a lot more fun. I think that something that I thought was neat was I listened to your podcast and I obviously re-listened to my podcast. Mm-hmm. I thought it was really interesting how we both prefaced how we thought the podcast would go before we started. And then after we ended it, we both kind of concluded how we thought it went, which I thought was really nice. So to reiterate kind of what I said, I thought that it was actually a lot more fun than I thought I would have. And it was a little bit more easier to talk than I thought I would. It was easier to fill up the time than I thought.
Yeah.
But I also surprisingly had a lot more filler words than I expected myself to have. Like I said a lot of likes, I said a lot of ums, and I kind of dragged on my tone a little bit to prevent any silence. And I also, without this fucking pop filter, I talked really closely into the mic. Yeah. So I swear, like there's a lot of times when you listen to mine where you just kept hearing me.
It actually didn't bother me. Oh, no, that bothered. I think you should just not use the pop filter.
Oh, interesting.
I actually think it would be fine without it.
Oh, I'm sure it would be, but
I mean,
and then when I listened to yours, I thought it was so cool to see how we both kind of structured it the same in some ways. Like we both did the topics in the same order.
Yeah.
And then we talked about how we thought the podcast would go. Yeah. And then talk about how it went afterwards. And we kind of talked about, oh, well, I think Alvin's going to do this, or I think Viv is going to do this. I think that was neat. But I also feel like we also structured it really differently in the sense of how we spread out our time and how much we talked for each topic. Yeah. And then how much we related it back to our old podcasts, or a podcast that has the both of us. Yeah. I felt like you mentioned what I would say in the time a lot more versus I just kept rambling on about like what was going on in my head. Yeah. And then I would talk about how I felt like you would answer like a certain question, but then you would have those like intermittent breaks of saying, oh, this is kind of interesting because since I'm doing this as a solo podcast, this is where somebody else would come in and talk. I feel like that was really neat for you from your podcast.
Like how my perspective of like trying to guide a conversation would be.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
you kept talking about that. That was really cool.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think, okay, I'm glad we did it. I feel like it took some convincing. Viv before did not want to do solo ever.
Yeah.
She's like, it's the JAV show. We have to do the JAV. And I was like, just try it out. I think this will like make us more diverse as, not diverse, but like give us a new skill set because it's different. Right. And then I'm glad you like fully embraced it too. Like when I listened to it, I felt like you really enjoyed yourself when you're doing it and stuff. And I thought you were really into your questions, which made sense. Like you made the questions. I feel like you had everything set up. You were very well prepared for your questions. I was not prepared for your questions. I tried to like prepare myself for a bit, but then the second question, I was so confused. Like I was honestly really confused. The second question was, who are you now compared to who you were as a kid? I felt like that was so straightforward. I was like, oh, I'm just more mature now. Like I feel like the essence of me almost did not change, except for maturation, which comes with certain things, right? Like emotional control, stubbornness. I also feel like our definition of jaded is different.
Oh, interesting. Why is that?
I don't know. How would you define it?
I would define jaded as somebody who has told themselves to not feel things enough times that eventually it doesn't affect them anymore. So like say somebody in your family tells you to fuck off. Say that happens to you a bunch of times. Growing up, you would be like, oh, that kind of makes me kind of sad. Or, okay, no, something more relatable, I guess, would be imagine getting rejected. You get rejected a lot growing up in different ways. Imagine romantically. I would imagine people who allow themselves to be jaded would eventually be... I feel like jaded is a more negative of a term. So when I imagine somebody who's jaded in that scenario, then they would be like, well, fuck, I don't give a shit. Like, you mean nothing to me, or that didn't bother me anyways.
Okay, I see. So I feel like you're probably right in terms of the definition, and I'm probably wrong. So I think of jaded as in general, just more skeptical of things.
Oh, okay.
Like very skeptical of things that happen because you've been hurt before, or not hurt, but like your expectations have been brought down before from certain situations and scenarios. Yeah. So that's what I think of jaded. But I think you're right. I think it's more related to a bit more emotions to it. I actually wasn't thinking about my emotions when I was thinking about jaded. I feel like I still feel the emotion, but I'm just very like skeptical and like less naive. If like that's kind of how I think about it. I think of jaded and naive as like opposites in my brain. But I think I'm wrong about that. I think the like real definition is closer to what you were saying.
Yeah. I would imagine jaded to be kind of like that. Like you have kind of like numbed yourself enough that you don't let those things get to you in a way. I see. Or that you've put such a negative connotation on things that you kind of pretend you don't feel that way.
Okay. So like apparently, I guess Oxford made a definition. Tired, bored, or lacking enthusiasm, typically after having too much of something. I don't know. I feel like it's like a middle.
Sounds like it.
If you're jaded, you feel bored, tired, and not enthusiastic because you have had too much of the same thing. I mean, I feel like yours is more of the emotion side, and mine is more situational side. If that makes sense. So that's what I kind of thought of the definition. So when I thought of like jaded, I always think it's like opposite of naive. Like, you know, if someone says, oh, you know, it's a really good deal, I was like, oh, it's too good to be true. Like, I think a jaded person would be like, oh, it's too good to be true. A non-jaded person would be like, oh, what's this really good deal kind of thing. Like that. Right. That's how I think of it. But I think we're both like in the right ballpark, but I think it's like different for other people.
I can definitely see that. It's kind of like, yeah, you just don't let... Exactly what it says. You just don't let it get to you the same way. Yeah. In some ways, whether that's situational or emotional.
Yeah, I think you love talking about your topics. I think it's like, I don't know, like, it's gonna sound rude, and I love sounding rude, but it's like a bit self narcissism.
Yeah.
Talking about yourself a lot like that.
Yeah.
But I think it's fine. I think you have good stuff to talk about. Like the one thing I personally didn't want to do, and I'm not saying you're bad for doing this.
What? No, go ahead.
I didn't want to teach anyone any lessons.
Oh.
I was just like, fuck it, guys. I'm just telling you how I live my life. I don't know how to actually live it, kind of thing like that.
Okay, guys, whenever I talk about these lessons that I live in life, I'm not trying to teach you guys, all right? You guys can do whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a shit what you do.
No.
This is how I do my life, and I think it works great.
I'm not saying it's like, it sounds like I'm saying it's a bad thing, but I'm just saying like that's how I thought about it.
Yeah.
And that's why I didn't want to get too deep into it.
Right. Oh,
but maybe I should have got deep into it, but I think that's like a different podcast.
I guess it's like...
I think your origin story is like very well defined. I think not to anyone's fault, but maybe my own, that my origin story is not as well defined. I think it's more blurry. Like if people were to listen to all like 90 some podcast episodes, mine would be a bit more blurry. Like, okay, what was Alvin like at this age, and like moving forward, right?
Yeah.
I felt like after talking to you so long, I felt like I know you as a kid. Like I know what you were as a kid, and I know what you were as a teen, and I know what you were as an adult, and I know what you are, right? But I feel like mine is a bit blurry. And again, I'm not faulting anyone. I think the only one I'm faulting is maybe myself. I feel like if people actually wanted to know a bit more about me, I would probably say it. But I feel like I think that no one really cares, so that's why I don't really talk about it too much.
I would like to hear a podcast where you talk about yourself a lot more.
Shut the fuck up.
Let's make that a topic. I'm writing this down. A topic all about...
I'm just gonna complain about shit. I'm just gonna sound like an old fuck, just complaining about shit all the time. I thought my topic, I was trying to stir some shit more, like the controversial political take and stuff. Okay, the negative trait one, I thought about it for a while, and I was talking to Butch about this.
Yeah.
And I was going through the progression of a relationship, right?
Yeah.
And then I was telling him, I was like, I think this is a good topic. And I kind of like logic. I had to convince him to convince myself. Because we were sitting in the car and we were driving to Sylvan Lake. So we had like an hour and a half and we are just talking, right? And we do this every week because we drive each other to volleyball.
Yeah.
So it's great. Like I love having these like drive to somewhere chat. And I was telling him, I was like, okay, let's think about it this way. If you just knew someone and they talk shit about you, you shouldn't and you wouldn't care because they don't know you, right? Whatever they think of you is just a blip in time, right? Now, if you truly care about someone, when you actually talk shit about them, I feel like that like advances the relationship a little bit. If it does, I feel like for certain people, like I can name people offline where I won't want to talk to them in their face about like certain shit because I feel like it would just destroy them.
Yes, because they'll take it very personally and offensively. Yes. I agree.
But if you really cared about that person, and I was trying to relate to Butch, I was like, Butch, I really care about you. And if you told me this is something bad about me, one, the moment you tell me, I feel like that advanced our relationship if I take it well.
I agree.
And if I don't take it well, there's two reasons that I don't take it well. It's either like my
bitch.
Like it's either my ego that's like causing me problems to take it well, or I don't respect you enough. And both of them are bad. Right?
I agree completely.
So then I was like telling him, I was like, dude, bitch, like I think this is a good topic. I was telling him, I was like, I think we have to talk smack a bit more to advance our relationship. Because I was telling Butch, I was like, Butch, if something was wrong with you, I'll tell you. And you know I say it all the time. Like I always tell you what's wrong with you. And that's because like I love you and I respect you and I want you to become a better person.
Yeah.
Right? And you like I always invite your criticism to me, right? I think Butch is a bit more shy, so he won't talk as much shit to me.
Yes.
But like I always tell him, I was like, hey, you tell me what's wrong. Like I always ask for his feedback and shit like that, right? So that's why I came up with that topic, because I was like, fuck, I feel like people don't do this enough. I feel like people have to open the curtains a bit more and just like say shit, because that shit comes out of love, not out of hate.
I agree. When you've reached a certain level of friendship, I'm just going to reiterate everything you just said. I agree completely, 100%. That it's kind of like family. When you're with family, you can tell them straight to their face. Yes. Or when you're close enough with someone, because you have that relationship and because you have that kind of commitment that, hey, this is something that, like, this is a friendship that, you know, I'm going to be here with in the future. I want to see our growth. Yeah. So this is why I'm telling you these things. I'm telling you these hard truths. If I didn't care about it, then I would just be a fucking sheep, or I would just be a yes man, or I would just say anything to make you feel happy, essentially. Yep. And so I agree completely to everything you said about this, but I tried so hard to think of a negative trait, and I was like, I need to hate on this bitch somehow, and I couldn't. And I was like, he's not gonna be very happy with my answer, but I actually couldn't. Like I tried really, really hard.
I feel it.
But if I could think of one, I would try.
Could you think of one for yourself?
Yeah, I could think of lots.
Really? Okay, what's the biggest one you think? Okay, at the moment. So like, I'm not saying this is the biggest one, but maybe at this exact moment, what comes to your mind right away of yourself?
I think I'm very disorganized.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. In a lot of ways, kind of related to what you said with like time management and being like organizing my schedule in that way.
Yeah.
And I also think in the sense of something that I'm noticing more recently is when I'm talking to people, I get like distracted really easily.
Yeah.
And that also, I would say, also goes with being disorganized, like in my mind in a way, not being able to like focus or like prioritize my attention on certain things.
I think this might sound weird, but I think you just have to. I don't know. Okay, this is gonna sound mean.
No, go ahead.
But some people, the shit they say don't matter. They just don't. It's just like they're just whatever, right? Like sometimes I'm just bullshitting too, and I don't care if people aren't listening. But I feel like you like if you spread your energy too much, you can't focus on what actually matters.
I've been trying to spread my energy. Oops, I've been trying to spread my energy less. So like talk to less people on a regular basis. But then I've noticed that I don't know the balance between that, because I find that I usually completely ghost people or I talk to people all the time.
Right.
And then if I completely ghost people or I just don't talk to them as much, then I feel like I don't have as strong of a connection there and I want to keep talking to them. But like with you, for example, I know you mentioned in the podcast that like we don't talk a lot during the weekdays and like you miss that friendship, and I miss it too. But then sometimes I'm like, I feel like I'd be able to give more of myself when we're doing the podcast or when I have the time to like stay behind after podcast to like talk or we're like responding. But sometimes I'll message you and be like, yo, and like say random shit. But that same thing happens with like my best friends. Like I talk to them very, very little too. But then I realized that with them I spend hours and hours with them when I actually do see them like once a month. So I feel like that's a little bit more.
I think I'm not sure, but I think in my podcast I kind of like explained that a bit, right? I was like saying like, no, I do appreciate the time spent here and stuff like that. So no, that's good.
I would say that's my.
I think for me right now, this instant, the one that comes right to my head is my lack of ambition.
What the fuck? I do not see that at all.
I think I don't dream big enough.
Okay, because I don't see that. Because I think you're a very successful person. You always have goals in place. And compared to our friend group, I think you're one of the most successful and most ambitious people. But because I don't see you as somebody who's not ambitious, this is something that didn't pop in my head. But because you see yourself as somebody who's not ambitious, then I can see this one point that I could probably point out right now, that I'm guessing that you're probably too realistic in your dreams. Yes. And in that sense, I feel like if you really want to make it really big in life, then you kind of have to be delusional in a little bit of a sense. Like you have to believe in yourself and think that you can defeat the odds. But I feel like you would see the odds and say, hey, percentage-wise, that like I have better chances here, so I'd rather put my chances here.
Like, okay, I'm not trying to like talk shit or anything to other people, but sometimes I feel like I could be quote unquote Asian successful if I put my mind to be Asian successful. No, as in like, house, family, kids, shit like that.
Oh, okay.
Right? But I just feel like it's too easy of a route. Like I know it sounds mean, but like I know it's not easy. It's not easy getting a kid. It's not easy getting a house. I understand.
Too expected of a route.
Yeah, but I feel like it's too obvious and too, I don't know, too plain, which is why I want something bigger. But I feel like I don't have the ambition to get to that bigger sometimes. Which is, I feel like I need that, like that drive and that ambition to like bring me to the next level. Like it's so weird. Like all my life, I wanted to be special and normal at the same time. I don't even know if that makes sense.
No, that makes sense.
Like all my life, I didn't want to stand out that much, but I want to do something great. It's kind of like if I were to tell you like, oh, this is my name and this is what I do, most people be like, oh, that's average. But people in my industry be like, wow, that's pretty cool. Like that's pretty amazing. Like that's what I always wanted in my life. I want to be like, it's like I want to be a celebrity, but without the fame. Right? Like I wanted the achievement and the accomplishment of something amazing, but without the fame.
I would want that too.
But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I'm not ambitious enough. Like I'm just too happy with being lazy sometimes and shit.
I feel like your goals of one day possibly moving somewhere far away to advance your engineering career is pretty
That will change
in
my
line
life. Yeah, that will change my life.
with being normal yet something different. Because it's like, yeah, people,
Yeah.
if you think about other people in the world, people travel for work all the time. But then
Yeah.
if you think about your average Joe, they don't think like, oh, I want to be an engineer in this fucking city and do big things in another city. Like it's not as common
Yeah.
to us in that way.
I have like a background fear. Like when I see some of my colleagues that's like been an engineer for like 20 years, working at this company for 20 years, I was like, fuck, I don't want to do this. Like I don't want to become like so one dimensional
Yeah.
and stuff like that, right? Like I feel like I'm such a living paradox. Like I'm always thinking like, oh, like I want to hone in and enhance my skill a lot on this one niche, but at the same time I want to be a jack of all trades too.
Right.
But I feel like it's kind of required for both. I feel like one day I might not know why, pouring concrete is so special in my life and why, I know so much about it, and it might not like help me. And then one day, 20 years down the road, I know it, and for some reason I can do this project better, right? Or do this thing better, right? So that's why I feel like the jack of all trades part allows me to give such differential knowledge that can help me advance in the niche thing.
Yeah.
Right. So it's kind of a paradox. Like I want to be a jack of all trades, but I also want to hone in on one specific topic. Right.
Kind of is. I think I've decided a long time ago that I really like being a jack of all trades.
Yeah,
it feeds all my interests.
Yeah, and I think I think I can be very good at it. Like I feel like I can understand a lot of different things, a lot of different topics and stuff. And it's good. Like I really enjoy that part. So I don't know. I just feel like I just need to be a bit more ambitious. I feel like I need like a multidisciplinary project.
That's really fascinating. Damn.
That like gets me somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Like for example, like if I want to design something, I need the mechanical, I need the electrical, I want the computer part of it. I need all of this stuff to like work, like the hardware, the software, the actual thing. That I feel like I want to learn it all and still be just so niche in that thing, right? So I don't know.
Maybe that's your goal for next year. One big capstone project, personal capstone.
Yeah, no, I've been thinking of so many capstone, like my own projects with my friends right now, or just by myself. And it's just like really stupid shit that kind of delays me. It's like, oh, my software things right now. I was like, oh, I'll wait till September and I can get a free license and I don't have to learn something new. But then in my mind, I was like, no, like I should learn something new. It's like a programming language, right?
Yes.
As soon as you learn another one, you feel like you can learn all of them.
Yes,
right?
I agree.
So I feel like, no, I have to learn a new one and I can still keep the one I have right now. So
yeah,
it is what it is. But for now, I'm a little bored, but I think that boredom is, I'm trying to like embrace it and use it as much as I can. Like I've been thinking of so many different ideas and shit, and I think I need like we need a full idea session on like the podcast. Like there's nothing wrong with the podcast, I think, but I always like new ideas and shit.
Sure, I have a bunch.
Like I don't know, like I'm not trying to like toot my own horn, but I feel like I'm really good at like generating out there ideas. But like
I think so too.
But I think they're like practical. You know what I mean? Like they can actually be acted upon. Like I've thought of the different dimensions of where it can go wrong and where it can go right, and I've like really thought through it before I kind of go farther with it.
I don't see any lack of ambition in you, sir.
Oh fucking! It just feels like it. Man.
Maybe
it feels
more.
Like I should be like in NASA right now or some shit.
Same. Sometimes I'm like, man, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a Nobel Peace Prize winner. What do we know?
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. I think we're gonna end it off real soon. We'll catch you guys up with a couple more podcasts this month. We also probably have an anniversary podcast we should do soon. We almost are 100 episodes. Do you think 100 episodes is more important than a 2-year? Because they're actually on different dates. Just because it's 104, right?
Might as well celebrate both of them. Why not?
That's true. Yeah, so we're almost gonna hit triple digits. We'll see how to celebrate it. Probably just, I don't know, having a podcast, I guess. That's about it. So yeah. Tune in next time. See you guys.
Thanks for listening. Bye.